I think we're live. Are we live? Ah, there we go. Ah, there we go. Okay. Marco! Okay. Marco! Alright. It's like 4 or 5 seconds. Cool. Let me share this on the Discord and then we can get going. Alright. So I got a few things to go over today, but somehow I just don't. I'm just so tired, man. I don't have like. I don't want to do all of them. I've been busy with a lot of other stuff. I just don't feel like doing everything that I could go over today. Hello, 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 hello. All right, so I guess first thing, oh, well, hold on. Let me pull up the news story. I don't have, okay. I don't have a plan for this one yet, but I need to do something for it. I know that. So, former news anchor Kari Lake announces campaign for governor. No, let's do. Former news anchor Kari Lake announces campaign for Arizona governor. This lady was a news anchor on the Fox 10 station here in Arizona, a local station. Yeah, the local Fox affiliate station, not the not the big Fox. She's fucking crazy. I've talked about her on stream before. She's a fucking nut job. And she's one of those people that, like, you know, she's been on TV for like 20, 30 years. She just seemed like a normal person. But then Trump came along and she just lost her fucking mind. All right. Phoenix. A former Arizona news anchor has officially filed to run for governor in our state. All right.
I'm Kari Lake, and I'm running for governor.
Hold on. Guys, I don't want to run for governor against this lady.
I'm Kari Lake, and I'm running for governor because Arizona has problems, and it's time we got serious about solving them.
Cult of action for action's sake is one of Umberto Eco's marks of fascism, by the way.
Our small businesses are still struggling to recover after being locked down. Schools are pretending online learning is the same as having our kids in the classroom. Our homeless population is growing. Opioids and new high-powered synthetic drugs are everywhere. The border's out of control, and our police are under attack.
There we go. Hold on. This is a dumb fucking player if it's going to show these things. And our police are under attack. And what does she show when she says that
Bugs
line?
Are everywhere. The border's out of control.
The border's not out of control. Come on, I live here. Don't fucking lie to me.
And our police are under attack.
It's just some people walking in the street. They're not under attack.
And the media just keeps pushing fear and division. Arizonans need leaders
that was you for like 30 years. And now, oh, I'm sorry, that's fucking Rich. Oh, our police are under attack! And, oh, but no, it's the media pushing fear and division. No sense of, like, self-awareness at all. Oh my god, I hate this person.
they can trust. We need leaders they can trust. We need media just keeps pushing fear and division. Arizonans need leaders they can trust. We need
That ain't gonna be you. Oh, fuck. Arizonans need leaders they can trust. Oh, Kari Lake, are you telling me to run for office? Yeah? Yeah? I don't want to run for governor.
leaders with integrity and a vision.
Not you.
And our
Oh my
politicians have failed us. The time has come to put Arizona first. Arizona first for our kids in K through 12 education with
It's not enough to just say America first. It's got to be Arizona first.
a curriculum that makes sense. First for
Why do they... Oh, God. Okay, I'm sorry. Curriculum that makes sense. Like, I'm assuming that's a dig at Common Core, which makes perfect sense if you're not, fucking stupid already.
education with a curriculum that makes sense. First for families so they can thrive in safe and secure neighborhoods. First for people
Yeah.
who want to own small businesses. And first in helping bring back those businesses shuttered during the government forced shutdowns. Arizona First means
There was no... Fucking nothing here was forced to shut down, you... I would like to say a lot of mean names about her right now. I would like to give a lot of name calling that's pretty mean, but I'm not gonna do it because if I'm gonna run against her, it's gonna be used against me. Actually, fuck it. Nothing was shut down, you dumb person.
opportunity for all. That's why I'm running for governor. I've earned the trust of Arizonans across our state by bringing the real story into your living room night after night.
We fucking hate you. We hate the Republicans now. We hate what you've done to this country. We hate what you've done to this state. We hate how you've shat on the people we've elected. Like, fuck you, man.
For 27 years, I've covered the people of Arizona and the politicians who've done more for themselves and their donors than us. Arizonans deserve better. As governor, I'll bring truth, courage, and integrity back to the state capitol. I'm Kari Lake, and I approve this message.
There was a lot of things there that were like very little to do with policy and a lot of, gesturing at everything else the typical conservatives fear-mongering have been doing over the last year and a half. Oh, we gotta stop the lockdowns. Oh, we gotta stop the government. Oh, they want to come for the police. And it's like, literally, fucking nothing is happening. What are you upset about? Kari Lake, who spent more than 2 decades as an anchor for Fox 10, departed from journalism and TV news earlier this year. She's been outspoken about what she feels are issues with the media industry and has shown support for the former President Trump. More than just, that's putting it mildly, we'll say that. Now KariLake.com shows the beginnings of a campaign website. Oh god, we'll take a look. Oh god, oh! I didn't read this article beforehand. Oh, I scrolled down a little bit. I saw something bad coming. You guys, oh my god. Okay, you know how we talk intersectionality is important? Well, sometimes there's an axis of evil and they do the same thing. Kari Lake sent a tweet Tuesday with a link to an online article about her career move, saying more announcements soon. Here we go. Dun dun dun! My PragerU interview just dropped. I didn't know she did this. Walking away from my career news is one of the toughest decisions I had to make. When you do the right thing and put ethics ahead of money, it's amazing what doors begin to open up. More announcements soon. Holy shit. When you sacrifice all of your integrity and call it the right thing, suddenly fascist internet outlets funded by oil money start giving me opportunities. Amazing. All right. She has to receive 6,663 signatures to qualify for the 2022 ballot. Now, that's for the Republican ticket. The Democrat ticket, to qualify for the Democratic primary, it's a different number because it's based on the total number of people registered in the state of Arizona. I think I could do this. I think I could get 6,000. Let's take a look. This is your picture? You could do a better one than this. Countdown to Arizona primary. 425 days. 15 hours. I think I can do this. What do you guys think? Should I run for governor against this dumb hoe? I'll say that. That's as sexist as we're gonna get tonight. Truth, courage, integrity. Man. I don't... See, if I run, I'm not gonna win, right? Now I qualify. Aside from getting all the signatures, I meet all the qualifications to be governor. It's only 25 in the state of Arizona. Age of 25, I mean. But I'm not going to win, right? It's pretty obvious. I fair to say. Probably not even going to win the Democratic primary. But now the other side of the coin, though, is like, what if, like, there's some part of me that's like, what if I ran for like the state House of Representatives, though? It's much smaller and nobody cares about you. And it's like, I might actually stand a chance at winning that. Should I do that instead? I mean, if people like this, if evil fucking goblins like this are gonna run, maybe I should be, getting myself in something. Oh, God. Maybe I should be getting myself in some... Yeah, okay, no. All right. Well, and she's linking... She's linking to PragerU. Fucking Christ. Holy shit. Kari Lake stands as a symbol of truth in journalism and represents the growing ranks of journalists who've walked away from the mainstream media market peddling fake news. Like, how can you write a sentence like that and take yourself seriously? Like, that's what you're doing now. I've looked at your Twitter on stream before. Lake is a former evening anchor for Fox 10 News in Phoenix, who was the #1 in ratings for more than 2 decades at Fox. She was half the top-rated anchor team of Hook and Lake for 22 years on Fox 10 in Arizona. She and John Hook were the longest-running anchor team in the U.S. Lake is a household name in Arizona, trusted for her fair coverage of stories affecting the state since 1994. I noticed that in the rest of all this stuff, she keeps mentioning fake news and hating the media now, and then but then she seems kind of quiet about the people she worked with. Like John Hook was the other anchor that sat right there at the desk next to her, and it's like, this is the first I've heard her mention his name since leaving, or since quitting. Oh, God. She would fucking run, this fucking evil person. Alright, do we want to look at the interview? Disturbing shift in journalism. Hear both sides of the story. I have a feeling we're not going to hear both sides from the story. This is from Kari Lake. Wow. Uploaded yesterday. 272 views. 32 subscribers. Who's doing better? That's right! Oh, yeah! I'm flexing on you. Alright, hold up. We're done with the news article. 7:58. I guess it's the same video. I wanted to look at this kids cartoon. Do we want to look at her interview though first? Are we feeling that? Do we want to do that? Yeah, she's apparently actually running. PragerU, more like PragerU. Oh, this is your first time here, Jonas Smith? Welcome to the stream. Prepare to be disappointed. Reminiscent of the Caitlyn Jenner ad. I don't know. I don't even know which one you're referring to anymore. It all blurs together in my head. I have a bad memory. I have a 100% chance of beating her. Fuck. I mean, hey, I get more views in a day than she does, and I have a couple thousand more subscribers than she does, so. Although her channel might have been made made yesterday. Okay. I'm gonna have to leave a comment on this, aren't I? Alright, let's take a look.
The media wants us to be afraid. I believe that a lot of the media wants us to be afraid and angry. I really value.
Yeah. Okay, can we get through the interview without her saying something that makes us afraid or angry? We'll find out.
The truth and honesty, and I didn't feel that the media was interested in that anymore. My name is.
Bitch, you are the media, and now you're working for PragerU. Like you are the media.
Carrie Lake, and this is my story. I was born and raised in a Bettendorf.
Also notice that when they talk about, I don't like bias in the media, none of them ever bring up the fairness doctrine or wanting to reinstitute that. No, it's always about we want things to be even further right than they are. We want the cult of Trumpism. It's never we're gonna bring back the fairness doctrine that Reagan got away with. We're gonna have to present opposing viewpoints. No. We want the cult of Trump. We want everybody to fucking die.
Iowa, part of the Quad Cities. So I was watching the Today Show and Tom Brokaw, and that was the first time I thought, is this a job I could do? This looks really interesting. And I remember being a little girl in Iowa, laying in the grass and looking up and seeing a plane, because planes never flew low because they were never landing anywhere near us, but they were flying way up there, and I thought,
didn't hit the Twin Towers. I'm sorry.
One day
I'm not sorry.
I'm gonna be on a plane, and I think I'm gonna fly out of here. And now I've worked for 22 years as the main anchor. Covered stories in Cambodia. I've been to the White House a couple times. I've interviewed sitting presidents. So it was a great career. I really enjoyed it for the most part. I started behind the scenes at the #1 station in my hometown. Then one person said to me one day, you should be the news anchor. I think I see you as a news anchor someday. I thought, really? Oh, that's kind of cool.
I've been told I could be like a late night host, but not like Jimmy Fallon, but like Craig Ferguson, more like, the guy that comes on at like 11 or at midnight, and it's like the only people who are still up are all high. like that kind of show. And I agree. I think I could do that. Or what was his name? What's his name? On Adult Swim. I don't remember. The crazy guy. Oh well, whatever.
I think I felt I had arrived when I made.
She has the vibe of the anti-union videos they show you at minimum wage jobs. That's pretty succinct, actually. That's pretty good. I didn't pick up. Yeah, that's perfect, actually.
I thought, really? Oh, that's kind of cool. I think I felt I had arrived when I made it to Phoenix, though, because I was working with such a great group of professionals. These were people who were seasoned journalists.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna run for governor and use it to kickstart my television career. Can you imagine me up on the stage, up across from Carrie Lake, and I'm like, yeah, you still like Trump, you beta cuck. Like right on live television, in front, on C-SPAN, in front of on PBS broadcasting. I say this to everyone, and then all these people are like at home and like, what does that mean? And they Google it.
You know, you had all age groups represented. When I started in news, it was really rare to be young in a big market like Phoenix or LA.
I don't really care about your life,
Dallas.
woman.
Now, a lot of kids are coming straight out of journalism school. They don't have a lot of life experience. They haven't worked in a lot of different markets to understand different communities, how this whole world operates.
You just said you fucking got started in this. What? I don't think you get to impugn other people for taking a path that's not that dissimilar from yours.
These kids have gone K through 12 and then their college education.
Also, I don't know what the fuck. Again, conservatives fucking hate college and higher education. No reason to it, but there is a rhyme.
In some ways, being brainwashed and indoctrinated into liberal ideology.
Fuck you, you dumb fucking cunt. Okay, I'll say it. I've been holding back, trying to be nice, trying to be politically correct. I fucking had it. You're fucking stupid. There, put that on the ads. Yeah, put that on the attack ads when we run.
You might have a 24-year-old, 25-year-old producer, fresh out of journalism school, and that's how they think.
Have you considered that maybe you are the one who doesn't have life experience? Maybe you are from fucking Iowa, think you know better than the rest of us because you never went to school, but those of us who actually did and put in the effort to learn and had to learn, develop critical thinking skills, and everybody else who couldn't dropped out and failed out. Some of us actually had to work for these things.
They're going to pick the stories that fit what they feel. So then as the anchor, you're reading this and going, wow, whew, anti-Second Amendment, pro-choice.
Oh, yep, there we go. Yeah, notice that, no, there won't be a mention of the fairness doctrine, though.
This is the stuff that's going in. A lot of times, I would read the script on air and just kind of ad-lib a little more balance in here. Sometimes you type things in.
Yeah, I picked up on that. That's when I started hating your guts, by the way. She's like, why do politicians want to talk about their political views and shove it on the rest of us? People don't like that. And I'm like, you're literally doing that to me right now.
And you might get on the air and you notice in the prompter, where'd that go? That's not in there anymore. Did somebody take that out? There's just a million ways that you can manipulate a story besides putting your
You would fucking know, wouldn't you?
Opinion in it. You put the person who's saying what you really want them to say in great lighting, they look fantastic. You interview the other person in the middle of a parking lot.
She's literally sitting there in great lighting, looking fantastic as she says this. I mean, like, holy shit. What is with this, like, duplicitousness? Like, normally these people aren't quite like this, you know, like... Normally when people like this are talking, they're not like this clueless. But this is something else. Man. Carrie Lake, debate me, you coward. She won't. She'll take the clip where I called her a cunt, and then she'll say, he's not engaging in good faith. And then they won't debate, because conservatives never debate. They're all chickens.
And they look like a demon. You just try to find somebody who you go, oh, this person looks ridiculous.
This is straight lighting. This hetero response to bi light. You are right. I have straight lighting up right now, but that's because I'm lazy. And okay, actually, it's because I'm lazy and because these lights that I have are like 6,000 lumens, and I love them, and they're really, really bright. And all the colored lighting that I had nearby at the nearby Home Depot, I was like, it's not as bright. It's not as bright. It sucks. I want brighter. I got spoiled by the theater lights.
We'll interview them. I see it as a lot of manipulation, and whether it's intentional manipulation, accidental manipulation, or just people who are so entrenched in their ideology.
I'm sorry. Let me hide. Look at this is weird.
Accidental manipulation, or just people who are so entrenched in their ideology, they don't.
There's like 4 fucking camera angles. What is going on? I'm blocking like 2 of them. This is like a Fibonacci spiral. Does she even know what a Fibonacci spiral is? I doubt it. She didn't go to college. She looks down on people who went to college.
I don't even realize that they're putting...
Oh, yeah, one more thing. Like, some people talk about, like, oh, people from college think they're better than us. Oh, they don't have your life experience. Oh, they're all elitists. That is elitism, just like you're accusing them of being elitist. Oh, this face is a good face. That's a good face. For, like, a thumbnail.
One side of the story. Because they think the other side, maybe the conservative side, is so reprehensible that it can't even be put in the story.
Based!
As an older person who's lived a little bit, you start to realize, wow, these all seem to be geared towards liberal ideology. Or, here's the thing, here's a fun thing. Maybe as an older person who hasn't actually been told that they're wrong, and hasn't actually had to, you know, work a real job, you've had a nice job for like 22 years, sitting on Fox 10, sitting on this chair, sitting in a nice chair, nice desk, nice studio, didn't really have to work, don't know what the rest of us are dealing with. Oh, but now that you interact with some people who realize, like, yeah, conservatism is kind of fucking evil right now in the United States. It's kind of fucked over everything. You're like, oh no, you people, you upstart, young college kids. She also looks like a smoker. I was coughing, but I've just added to it. I'm just sad. Oh, God. And maybe you would say something like, on balance, maybe we should bring this person in and balance that story out. And once you get kind of the stink eye a few times, you go, maybe I'll just sit here and be quiet.
I fucking wish.
There are independent journalists out there doing work right now. And
like Tim Pool? Please say Tim Pool. That would be amazing. Hold on, guys. I want to take a quick glance at her Twitter. Yeah, okay. Okay, when you look at her Twitter in the past, she's shared, like, a lot of crazy fucking conspiracy stuff. I've seen her post a lot of election stuff too. You know how Trump said he didn't win. Trump said, I didn't lose the election, I totally won. When you count the legitimate ballots, I won. And she was spreading stuff like that. And it's like, fuck you. You're a fucking traitor to this country. And now you want to run for office. I have no more sympathy, no more respect for you people. I really don't. After what Trump pulled, and how all of you fucking fell in line and still believe this, no. Fuck each and every one of you. If I gotta run for office just to keep people like you out, I guess I'm gonna have to run for office. I don't want that. I would rather just stay home. But I can't fucking let you people fucking destroy 200-300 years of progress we've made.
I think they're doing good work. The problem is if you mention those, your friends in journalism will go, they're right-wingers. No, actually, they're doing a pretty fair job.
She says while talking to PragerU, so, okay.
You just don't know what fair is anymore. Fair journalism.
She didn't name any journalists that she says are being fair. So I can't help but notice.
Journalism seems like it's right wing to them because we've gone so far from fair journalism. COVID was really a moment of truth for me.
Yeah, it broke your brain. I'm surprised the conservatives let a political commentator not have long bleached hair. Now that's progressive. Oh yeah. Her hair's always been kind of unique. I ruined your algorithm. I'm sorry. I was concerned of that. Mine is all over the place. Just all over the place. Sometimes I get good content pop up for like stream and stuff though. So that's nice. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. You could like watch the video and then like go to your history and remove my video. that might work, but I don't even know, because the algorithm also values the amount of watch time and interaction you have with someone's videos and live streams, so then it will still recommend stuff based on that. So it never ends. I'm sorry. I've broken everything. You keep getting Nigel Farage ads. Hello, Randomness Central. Welcome to the party. Alright, what you got for me?
I saw a neighbor who was the most beautiful 90-year-old woman I'd ever seen. The other day I saw her. She's in a walker now. She looks like she's aged 100 years in 1 year. She wasn't able to...
She was 90. Like, ugh.
Do her daily walking and swimming, and because COVID scared everybody into their homes. I feel there...
Oh my god. Yeah, this is just as bad. The next fucking pandemic we get, which honestly probably will happen within our lifetimes, the next fucking pandemic we get, it's very easy to imagine it being much worse than COVID in terms of mortality rates. And you know what? When it comes, these people are gonna be the problem people again. These people are gonna say, it's not real, it's only a 30% mortality rate, your odds are fine. And they're gonna fucking get us all killed.
There was a narrative of, let's keep this going really hard on COVID. You'd see an hour-long show with 45 minutes of COVID coverage, somebody who's on a ventilator, a family that got wiped out from COVID. And these are horrible stories, I'm not discounting that. But they're also...
You are discounting that. What the fuck? You can't say these things. 333 million cases in the United States. 595,000 dead. 595,000 dead. Like, you just, okay. Oh boy. Yeah. And Arizona is one of the worst states in terms of people who've gotten it and people who've died. She's talking, oh, my 19-year-old neighbor looks like she's aged 100 years because she can't go swimming. Yeah, okay, and like, I've had a few friends who've died. Fuck you, Carrie Lake. From the bottom of my heart. And I still have one. Fuck you.
Look at Venezuela.
Look at Venezuela, indeed. One, and like my best friend, she fucking got COVID a few months ago, and she still can't fucking breathe right. Can't go exercising anymore because her lungs are at reduced capacity. It's called fucking marble lung. It might go away in a year or two. Maybe. We don't really know yet. She can't do things anymore. Fuck you, Carrie Lake. You are downplaying it. You reprehensible piece of shit.
So, thousands of stories of people who got it, maybe didn't even know they had it, or had very mild symptoms, or it felt like a cold or flu and they got over it.
Fuck you. No. I'm running for governor. Fuck you.
How many times did people hear those stories? The more typical...
I don't give a shit about those stories. You know, most people survive car accidents. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna run every red light I see because I'm probably gonna survive, right? You know, most drunk drivers also survive car accidents. Because you're drunk, you don't tense up right. So I'm gonna drive drunk all the time now. No! No! This is stupid ass logic.
Typical COVID story. The country is so divided right now, and everyone's afraid, and I felt like
you literally fucking did it just now! You literally said at the start, oh, you're just supposed to make people divided, and now you're doing it again. Yeah, Yeah. She hasn't had someone die of COVID. Oh, these people might. Remember Trump got it and he like nearly fucking died. And then he was like, don't let it control you. Don't fear it. Like on national television in front of everybody. These people are a death cult. They're fucking insane. And they're gonna take all of us with them.
Non-stop news that's making that worse. I felt sometimes ill reading the news. Like when you're doing something that it feels unethical or immoral, for me, I don't feel good inside.
Like running for office as a Republican or just existing as a conservative in general? Oh no, she means talking about liberal and progressive thing. Oh, talking about potential gun control is immoral. Oh, being pro-choice. Oh,
It just got really heavy. I felt very... At the end of the day, it was...
Oh, okay, yeah, you're gonna... Okay. Don't you, as like a public figure, as a news anchor at a news agency, kind of have a responsibility to talk about the bad stuff? Like yes, sour eggs. The news tells you the bad stuff. Like, don't you have a responsibility to the public to kind of say, hey, this is the extent of what's going on. You need to be aware of it. I have a platform here and I need to talk about it. This is my responsibility to let you know. You don't fucking go and cry. If you want to cheer people up, you show pictures of Latina babies at the end of every news broadcast. There you go. Problem solved. You don't fucking like turn a blind eye to a pandemic ravaging the world, especially your state, which at several points throughout the pandemic, our state was like the worst in the United States, the worst place in the world. And now she's crying about, oh, I had to give stories that made me sad. Oh. Yeah, you also covered 9/11, but you didn't act like this when you covered 9/11.
I just didn't feel good about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's her job, damn it. That is her job.
There's too much at stake. Just scare people like that. Every night, I just wanted to rip my microphone off and just run and run.
Oh yeah, she was 100% gonna get fired from her job at some point. That's why she left. You just know it.
And I just...
This is why she doesn't talk about John Hook. She probably butted heads with him. Knowing him, he probably would have been like, no, we have a responsibility to talk about this stuff. Because he kind of seems like an upstanding guy. You know, not a deceitful, weaselly little liar dude. Holy fucking shit, still lying.
I sat down with my husband and I said, I can't do this anymore. I worked 30 years in broadcasting. And I want to say, I had some amazing moments there. I worked with great people.
Good, time to retire. Go home, don't come back, please. You got Scottsdale, plenty of nice stuff. You got Sun Lakes. I've never been to Sun Lakes, but I hear it's a place for people like you.
I had a wonderful career, but things have changed so much in the media that it just was unrecognizable. I really value the truth and honesty, and I didn't feel that the media was interested in that anymore.
I'm sorry, you were just crying about talking about COVID and how it was scary. And it made you sad, you couldn't do it. And now you're saying you value the truth and honesty. Holy shit. Like, I know that the quote is like, they are aware of the absurdity of their replies, but you're the one who believes in words, so you have to argue with them. I'm butchering the quote.
I didn't expect...
Why do you keep repeating What? Why do you keep repeating 400,000 people would disagree with her? You've said that like 5 times. What is going on? Imagine if they hadn't reported about serial killers or missing kids. Oh my god, yeah. I didn't want to scare the parents, so I decided I wasn't going to talk about the Amber Alert. The logic holds up. It's the same logic.
Expect the reaction I got when I quit at all. I put the video out when I resigned.
God. I hope she sees this. I hope you see this, Carrie. Like, I hope you know from the bottom of my heart, I despise you. A lot of people in Arizona probably do too. You're probably going to ride this. You're probably going to ride a bit of wave of facial recognition for being on TV for 20 years. That's going to help you a little bit. But the more you talk, the more it's going to become obvious to the rest of us. Well, I already know. The more it's going to become obvious to everybody else just what kind of person you are. I look forward to you getting, like, squashed in the election.
I wanted to let the viewers know. I mean, I've been with the people of Arizona since 1994.
Let's not talk about 9/11. It could scare people. It could scare people. Hey, here's a way to kickstart my campaign. Are you guys ready for this? What do you guys think of 9/11 jokes, huh? Well, I'm not going to make a joke about 9/11. Don't worry. I could make a joke about 9/11, but it probably wouldn't land. Okay.
Making a personal sacrifice to walk away from my career, I want the viewers to know why. I feel that I owe them the honesty. I went to bed and I woke up the next day and my phone was, it was almost hot to touch. Whew. Holy, what the heck? What's going on? I mean, text messages galore. My inbox was full.
She also cried about, I remember a different interview she did. She was crying about, I remember the first time I was canceled and it was scary. Like, have you ever had a friend just like send you like 50 messages all at once and it's all like one word response, like one word messages? That's hilarious. I love that. I love it when people do that to me.
It was all positive. All positive.
And now there's piano music.
Standing up. We thought something's been going on. You kind of confirmed it. You know, my relatives thought I was crazy when I was saying the news isn't always being honest with us. Thank you for confirming that. The one thing I heard the most in the comments and the emails coming my way was, I'm gonna speak out now. You gave me the courage to talk to that person at work who's kind of been a real loudmouth.
So I heard hypothesize that, okay, so it's known that traumatic events can kind of cause like dormant psychological issues to kind of become active. Like maybe someone's got, you know, depression, anxiety, or maybe schizophrenia for like a lot of their life, right? But then they have like some really traumatic life event happens, and now after it, it's kind of unavoidable now. And I've heard it hypothesized that COVID has kind of been so traumatic for so many people that we're probably gonna see a large, if we're not seeing it already, we're gonna see a large uptick in psychological issues in people. Just because of how traumatic it is. And I'm just getting the vibes here.
Speak out now. You gave me the courage to talk to that person at work who's kind of been a real loudmouth, and I'm feeling nervous about sharing my opinion.
No, if you're here at work, don't fucking talk about how much you like Trump. This is inappropriate. This is an inappropriate discussion for the workplace. Keep it out. I've said that a couple times, stuff like that a couple times to people, and they shut up. I had one guy. Yeah, like, okay, I know I'm a guy, right? Don't fucking ask me about how hot our coworkers are, okay? Don't do that. 'Cause now I'm uncomfortable. I know the people you're talking about are already uncomfortable. Now I'm uncomfortable too. Now I don't want to talk to you. Now I have to work with you. Don't do this. This is inappropriate. Okay.
Damn it, I'm entitled to my own opinion. If you see somebody speak...
I also say you're not entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to what you can defend. And if you're going to say something and then a whole bunch of people clap back because what you said was fucking stupid or racist, then, like, you're not being canceled. They're entitled to their opinion, too. And they're clapping back at you.
Damn it, I'm entitled to my own opinion. If you see somebody speaking out, you need to support them. If you see somebody getting canceled on Twitter, the cesspool called Twitter, step in and have the courage to say, hey, I support.
God, these people. Oh, man. I'm having heartburn already.
Support you.
Let me hear that
Out,
again.
you need to support them. I'm entitled to my own opinion. If you see somebody...
I, like, literally just said this.
Speaking out, you need to support them. If you see somebody getting canceled...
If you see somebody speaking out, you need to support them. Oh, but if you see somebody getting canceled, then you need to stand up for them. Wait a minute. What is... these people... Canceling is whatever they want it to be. There's no consistent definition. It's like socialism. There's no consistent definition. Socialism is when everybody wears Crocs. And when everybody wears Crocs, that's communism. Now, being canceled is when people are throwing Crocs at you. That's being canceled. But, like, you just said you should support someone for speaking their opinion. But what if the people doing the canceling are also speaking their opinion? Whose side do you take? Oh, see, that's the little sleight of hand. You take the conservative side because the conservative side are the people who cry against canceling. So that's what Carrie Lake wants. She doesn't, yeah.
Canceled on Twitter, the cesspool called Twitter, step in and have the courage to say, hey, I support you. It makes a big difference if people start to see that. I do believe that a lot of the media wants us to be afraid and angry. You're a great
well, I'm angry looking at this.
Consumer of news. If you're sitting at home angry and afraid, you just keep watching it.
I don't know about afraid, but I am angry.
The minute you kind of walk away from all of that, you start living your life a little more. Put the phone down, turn the TV off, and go out.
Literally earlier in the video, you were criticizing people who graduated college with journalism degrees and didn't have life experience, and now you're saying, put the phone down. Don't interact with people.
Live a little bit of life.
Live a little bit of life. Like, this is life now.
Put the phone down.
Like,
turn the TV.
Okay, boomer. But like you're just woefully out of place. Also, you, like, okay, mega projection because you tweet like 80 times a day. Actually, no, she doesn't tweet that much, but not that much anymore. She's probably working on the campaign now. But come on. A lot of the stuff you've retweeted is not normal stuff. It's stuff that only people who are really deep in the bowels of the Trump cult, it's stuff that only those people tweet. Stuff that only those people talk about. Why is no one else talking about Hunter Biden's laptop? I don't know, because there's nothing on it, and I don't care about Hunter Biden. Why is no one else talking about it?
TV off and go out and live a little bit of life.
Like,
that's where
maybe you should do that, Carrie Lake.
Learn.
Well, she's gonna learn because I'm gonna school her. All right, we're done recording. I'm gonna. All right. Well,
thank you for watching this video. To keep PragerU videos free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation.
Now that one, oh, that right at the end hit. Oh, God. Man, never meet your heroes, right? I fucking grew up watching this lady. Oh. Alright, fuck it. I'm running for governor. Alright, how many signatures do I need? Signature requirements for ballot measures in Arizona. Signature, no, that's ballot measures. Wait. Running for office. Because there's, oh goodness. It's running for statewide office. Yes. You got to do a statement of interest, then you got to like fill this out. PragerU. Yeah, PragerU is worse. Just like the reach of PragerU alone is worse. Freedom Tunes is make no mistake, Freedom Tunes is bad content and like just so cringe. But like what PragerU is doing is actively damaging stuff and actively bad. But Freedom Tunes is just cringier. But he doesn't quite have the same reach and staying power. Sign a candidate petition. Give $5. That's not helpful. Whoops, I misspelled that. I am looking. Hold on, folks. I'm like actually looking this up. I want to know what I can do. Damn, governor makes $95K a year. I expected it to be higher, but that's still a pretty good amount. This is more than I've ever made. Governor must be 25 years old. Check. Qualified voter. Check. Been an American citizen for 10 years and a resident of Arizona for a minimum of 5 years on election day. I'm both. So I meet all the requirements. Hey, hey. Fly over to America and canvas for you. I have people, don't worry. I don't expect I'll look into this. Cuz I mentioned earlier, like, you know, I said I'll run for governor against her, but I mentioned before, like, maybe it would be a better use of my time to run for like the state office, because I might actually get in there, and you know, better use of my time. But like running for governor might get me, you know, on TV. So that might be better. Arizona governor run for office. I saw this before. There's like a contact Secretary of State. I can do that. Complete filing papers by nominal petitions. I'm just looking. There's a requirement for running in the primaries. There's a requirement for a certain number of signatures for running in the primaries. Like, in order to get into the primaries, you need to have X amount of signatures, depending on the party. X amount is like, it's like like 6% of all Democratic voters, like 6% of the number of all Democratic voters or something like that. But you don't have to get Democratic voters, anybody can sign. And that's the idea. That's if I can get that. Well, all right. Well, I'm not really recognizing it right away. Democratic governor primary. There we go. I saw it before. There was like a big long there's like a big list of like the requirements, but I'm not seeing them. Alright, whatever. I can just deal with it later. It's just that I know that she needed like 6,660 something, and the Democrats are gonna be a little different. Alright, whatever. I'll walk into the office, be like, hey, I'm running. I walk to the Secretary of State's office. I'm gonna run for governor against that Carrie Lake, and they're like, okay, yeah. There's like 30 other people here doing the same thing. Oh goodness. Hold on. I saw someone say, I've seen people on Twitter saying they homeschool their kids and make them watch every PragerU video. Fucking child abuse. Also, there's like, okay, I don't know if they're like other countries or whatnot, but like they're in the United States. Well, it depends on the state, I guess, but there's you can homeschool your kids, but there are still rules about the kind of curriculum that they have to learn. There are rules involved. You can't just keep your kids home and teach them whatever you want. There are rules, but is okay. Well, it's not okay, Perky. It's not okay, but fuck. And I've seen, yeah, I have heard about the 215 remains of indigenous children. I did hear about that. This isn't even the first time they've found something like that. This awful. Just bad. Fucking horrible. They used like some kind of like sonar tech to find them. It was pretty wild. It wouldn't surprise me if they start doing a lot more looking for mass graves like that after finding that one recently. Okay, we're gonna do the PragerU kid video. Basically, hold on. Oh my god. They were forced to incinerate babies have been the result. Oh my god. Is that the reasoning behind it? Or is that like all of them? Or is that just like some of them? Not that that's good either way. What the fuck? Gravel Institute's great as well. I find the only Gravel Institute videos I've seen are kind of boring, but that's just my opinion. I respect them though. I think someone asked, like, someone said something about Pac-Man or something. I thought there was like a question involved. Hold on. What do I think of David Pakman? Oh, he's okay. He's okay. He's kind of boring in my opinion, but he's okay. My favorite political commentator was Michael Brooks, and he's gone now. I don't have a favorite anymore. Hassan and Vosh have risen, but they're not Michael Brooks. All right, we're gonna get going on this video. Need to scrub all the times to call people names if you want to win. You just constantly know not to say that. Well, Trump was in office, so the rules have changed. Okay. And someone said something, Palpatine clone? What Palpatine clone? I don't know what you're talking about. PragerU video by Palpatine clone. Yeah, PragerU video by Palpatine clone. That could be like half the people they have on PragerU. What are you talking about? Prepare to laugh? What, did you share? Did you share something in the Discord? Or... Oh no, you're referring to the kid video. Okay. I actually haven't seen it yet. I don't think.
Freedom RV.
Hold up. Oh yeah, okay. I haven't seen it yet. Yes! Alright, cool. Alright, let's start recording. Say hi to YouTube, everybody. Okay, so PragerU did a recent video in addition to that interview with Carrie Lake. Let's scroll down a little bit. What's this? Lilo and Layla's history adventures with President Ronald Reagan. What? I guess this is a kid's thing. I've been told about this by many people. Vosh did a video on this. Xanderhall did a video on this. I have not seen either of theirs. I saw like the first like 30 seconds of both of them, and I was like, I gotta do this myself. Oh boy. This is something else. Alright, let's go. Yes. Yeah, hold on a second. Try YouTube Kids. Comments turned off for YouTube Kids. The fact that PragerU can get a video made for kids on like this is disturbing, to say the least. Oh my god, this like to dislike ratio. 1.1k likes, 3.1k dislikes. Oh, baby. Who shared this on Reddit? Shared on Jenza Dong. Okay, dude. Alright, let's go. I'm ready. My body is ready. What is this?
Hey, Leo.
Hey, Layla.
What is going on?
Why are you pulling down our neighbor's fence?
Holy shit, the lip syncing is all off.
Today, this is not a fence.
The standard PragerU videos don't even have lip syncing, but this is weird.
Yeah? Then what is it?
It's the Berlin.
I'm sorry, I'm not even listening to what they're saying. Also pink and blue because gender roles. Oh, let me hide my stupid face. Hold on. We gotta show this in all its glory. There's like the kid's like fucking putting a hole in the wall. What a bad kid.
Oh?
Hey, Layla.
Why are you pulling down our neighbor's
Just a jar of jelly beans sitting on the ground?
fence?
Today, this is not a fence.
Oh, yeah? Then what is it?
Does it identify as an attack helicopter? Is that what he's gonna say?
It's the Berlin Wall, and I'm
Oh.
Ronald Reagan, our 40th president.
Oh.
And I guess that
Oh no.
means you're here to tear down the Berlin Wall?
You got it. I'm gonna set the East Berliners free.
Leo,
I'm sorry. This is like...
On the Berlin Wall.
Hold on.
You got it. I'm gonna set the East Berliners free.
This is like... This is like every Republican kid you knew at school in the Young Republicans Club. It's like... It's like, hey guy, you're breaking my stuff. Why are you doing this? What the fuck, man? And they turn around and they're like, let me tell you about Ronald Reagan.
Leo, I'm pretty sure that our neighbors aren't from East Berlin.
Well, they are today.
Whatever you say.
Today they're commies.
Hey, Leo.
Did you know that Ronald Reagan was...
Yeah, kids wouldn't understand this reference. I understand the reference, but I'm like a nerd. Like the Reagan's presidency was before I was born. Is Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall? But like, this.
one of our most popular presidents.
I'm sorry.
Whatever you say,
what's
Leo.
going-
Did you know...
What? I'm sorry. Whatever you. This is not an appropriate response to, I assume, your brother attacking the wall. You need to stop him.
that Ronald Reagan was one of our most popular presidents?
Of course I knew that.
And did you know
They're still riding that Ronald Reagan was popular train.
he was California's governor before he was president?
Well, duh. Did you know that he started out as an actor?
Are they just like rating the Wikipedia page? Yeah, hold up. He did start out as an actor. There's another thing you should know. Hold on. Let me find it. Here it is. Not only was he an actor, he's got cigarette ads. I'm sending... How did Ronald Reagan talk? I cannot do a Reagan impression. I'm sending Chesterfields to all my friends. That's the merriest Christmas any smoker can have. Chesterfield mildness plus no unpleasant aftertaste. Literally sending fucking cartons of Chesterfield cigarettes. Looks like kids fucking throwing snowballs. Buy the beautiful Christmas card carton. That's like all these cartons here today. I know prices have changed. All these cartons here today. This is like over $1,000 of merchandise on the table. Oh God. Why did anyone fucking smoke to begin with?
He starred in over...
Oh, I have a feeling they're not going to mention that in this video. You know, like, did you know Ronald Reagan was a heavy smoker who smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day? Did you know he was also a raging racist and once called diplomats from Africa monkeys? Did you know he was going through Alzheimer's while he was in office and it likely affected his critical thinking and the decisions and policies he made, and all of Reaganomics was cooked up by a guy with Alzheimer's? Oh, they're not going to talk about that.
50 movies.
Yeah, and
50 movies.
he wasn't just
Okay.
an actor either.
I'm sorry,
Starred in...
these are the same people who keep crying about like celebrities getting involved in politics, but this party has voted for 2 celebrities now to be president, and the Democrats don't have any. And now they're going on about, oh, he was an actor.
over 50 movies.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
And he wasn't just an actor either.
These
He was
eyes
in
are so trippy. What is going on?
the military during World War II.
You know what?
He was in the military. So was Lee Harvey Oswald.
He was actually great at a lot of stuff. He played college football.
He was also on the swim team.
He ran...
I was on the track team.
on track, too.
Plus, he was student body president.
And he was totally handsome.
Ew.
Did Dennis Prager write this? This is his fan fiction. This is Dennis Prager's fan fiction. Oh no, no, no. What is... I just noticed. Why does she have these big hoops? The big hoops earrings? What is happening? Hey, I don't like this new Sonic redesign. Go back to the old one. Go back to Math Sonic. Okay. Well, this is amazing.
Gross.
What the heck, Leo?
Boy, I sure wish I could have met Ronald Reagan.
Well, why can't you?
Because he passed away in 2004 when he was 93 years old. I
Like a cuck.
wasn't even born yet, and now I'll never get to meet him.
Jeez.
Thank God. Maybe there is a God looking out for you, little Timmy. You're not Timmy. Leo. Lil Leo.
Leo, don't be so dramatic. We can just use my new time travel app to go meet him.
Really?
What?
Awesome.
You just tap here, and away we go.
This is like Kung Fury. I can hack you back into the past to go fight Hitler.
But let me get the settings right before you do that.
Ronald Reagan, here I come.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. Look, see the little, hold on. The little particle effects are the PragerU, like, orange dots. That's kind of clever. Someone did that, even though it looks like crap.
Wow, is this what West Berlin looks like? Layla, look at that wall. It's huge. Hey.
Oh God, kid's gonna get inducted into the CIA.
Hey, wait. Where's Layla?
What the heck? Where am I?
Reagan Ranch. Oh no.
Oh, great. Thanks, Leo. I better go
What? This is so weird, man.
find him.
I can't believe I actually went back in
So is she gonna, like, walk from the Reagan Ranch to West Berlin?
time. Maybe I'll really get to meet Ronald Reagan.
Bye, randomness. Have fun.
Did someone say my name?
Oh my
In
God.
time.
Oh
Thanks,
God.
Leo.
Oh
I better go find
God.
him.
I didn't see this.
I can't believe I actually went back in time. Maybe I'll really get to meet Ronald Reagan.
Did someone say my name?
It's so creepy. What the fuck? Did someone say my name? Hi, little boy. What are you doing? What the fuck? So the Secret Service is just letting, like, random fucking kids teleport in right next to the President of the United States in West Berlin? I don't think so. At this point, I'm a little confused on the timeline. Wasn't Ronald Reagan shot at this point? Like someone shot him once. Didn't he already get shot at this point? There's no way the Secret Service would have let this happen. He got shot in 87. Yeah, he was shot in 81. Yeah, like right at the start. Yeah. Like right at the start of his presidency. That doesn't quite sound like Ronald Reagan, no. It doesn't.
Wow, you're
I will say that new Call of Duty Cold War, like, the Ronald Reagan only appears, like, in the cinematic at the start. The voice actor they got for that does sound like Ronald Reagan. They did a good job. He did a good job.
You're really President Reagan. Nice to meet you. I'm Leo, and I came here from the future. What are you doing here?
He's like, I came here from the future. Reagan already knows about the aliens. He's like, yeah, another time traveling kid's not a surprise.
Nice to meet you, Leo. I'm here in Berlin to stop the communists and end the Cold War.
Oh, man. All this
That's a very reductive. No. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I'm gonna have a brain hemorrhage. Oh fuck. No, he was in West Berlin to tell Gorbachev to tear down the wall. That's like his most memorable quote. Yeah, Reagan gave like a lot of like. Reagan was not a very smart guy, I'm sorry to say. He quoted a lot of movies in his speeches, and dumb people were like, oh, I saw that movie. But like, this is like the most like memorable thing in my opinion. This is like his legacy. Oh, wow, this is like the full speech. Oh my god.
And openness. For we believe that freedom and
Here we go.
security
Here we go.
go
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
That the advance of human liberty can only strengthen the cause of world peace. There is one sign the Soviets can make that would be unmistakable, that would advance dramatically the cause of freedom and peace. General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate.
Yes!
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah, he said it! That's the best Reagan quote of his whole life. That was the best thing he ever said in that moment. That was great. Now, there's a lot more that goes on behind it. I'm here to stop the communist. No. This is very complicated. A lot more going on here. I know PragerU wants to simplify it. What's this? This is a good article. Click here for more information. Okay, whatever. Yes. So basically, after World War II, Germany was divided, East and West. The Allies had the West. Soviet Union had the East. Soviet Union didn't want to let go. As part of the agreement between the Allies and the Soviet Union after World War II, Berlin was also divided. Berlin was within East Germany. Berlin was also divided. East Berlin, West Berlin. East Berlin divided the Soviet Union. West Berlin, not Soviet Union. And then Soviet Union put up a fucking wall, wouldn't let people leave, and literally split up families and shit. And it's been like that for several decades. And many tensions had spilled over for quite a long time. At this point, Stalin had been dead for a few decades. Gorbachev was at least kind of like... I forget the guy before Gorbachev, who was an asshole. There were a couple leaders of the Soviet Union who were... Now, I know we talk Cold War, but there were a couple leaders of the Soviet Union who were like, yeah, I want to de-escalate. Gorbachev was the kind of guy who did want to de-escalate. But ultimately, in the end, the wall did come down. And this was something Ronald Reagan and the United States were pushing for. It's like this, we wanted, it was within the interests of the United States to have a free Germany, like not under the control of any other nation, a sovereign Germany. And in order to achieve that, the wall had to come down. Now, okay, I guess also, yeah, Reagan didn't, ultimately, Reagan didn't do this, though. Fun thing that happened, it was another 2 years after the speech until the wall came down. So, yeah. Fun thing with the fall of the Berlin Wall, though, like, it was announced that they were going to remove the wall, and they were going to reunite. They were going to pull out and let Berlin reunite. And then the Soviet, I don't know, the Soviet agent or whoever who was, like, breaking the news was telling it. And then, like, one of the reporters asked him, like, when is this going to start? And he didn't have the answer. So he just said, immediately. And people took that literally and they went out and started tearing the wall down, like, within a few hours after he said that. Like people with their hands and, like, machines just knocking it down. And like the Soviet army that was there was like, well, he said immediately. Oh my God, I love that. This is one of, like, this is one of those historic moments. Yeah. When the fall of the Berlin Wall, it's one of those historic moments that's like, you know, if I could travel through time, I would like to see that. I'd like to be there that day. Anyway, like that would be a really fun thing to see, I think. Like, just imagining, like, just imagining all the partying going on. How crazy it would be. Oh my God. Anyway.
Talk about communism.
Yeah, there are stories of, like, there are some American soldiers who were, like, stationed in Germany at the time who told stories like, oh yeah, people got wild on that day and, like, the whole week afterwards. Anyway.
And end the Cold War.
Stop the communists and end the Cold War. No, Reagan, you didn't do that.
Oh man. All this talk about communists is making me hungry.
Well, Leo, communism makes everyone hungry. People living under communism are often poor and don't have enough money for food. That's why we have to stop it.
Oh, what? Okay, what about the global south? What about the economic underclass that we've created in many ostensibly capitalist nations all around the world, where we've exported their wealth and gone to the United States and other Western nations? Huh? What about South America, Central America? What about South Asia, like India? These countries are all ostensibly capitalist, and it's basically fucking failed, each and every one of them, if you're going to look at it through this metric. Yeah. Oh yeah, all the mass starvations in India. Oh no, that wasn't. No, it's communism is worse. Yeah, Africa. No, communism is worse. What about the success of capitalism in those nations? All those nations are ostensibly capitalist. It's not fucking worked for them. Make no mistake, things are still getting better. It's just, I'm just pointing out this is a stupid fucking argument to make.
I guess you're right, but can we have a snack first? I brought jelly beans.
He actually brought jelly beans. Those don't matter, silly. I know, they don't matter.
Leo, thank you. That's my favorite snack.
Oh yeah.
First, I brought jelly beans.
Random kid shows up out of nowhere. West Berlin. Right as the president's gonna give a speech. Oh, I'm gonna give the president some jelly beans. Oh, that's a good idea. No, Mr. President, get down. Don't eat those jelly beans. Knowing the Soviets, it's probably it's probably all poison.
Leo, thank you. That's my favorite snack.
I forget the name. Also, like, someone pulled that from the Wikipedia page. Kid's gonna get shot. Yeah. I forget the name. There's like a poison that like the KGB used, but I don't remember the name of it. It doesn't
It's
matter.
too bad Layla isn't here to have some too.
Did she just walk to the White House?
Hey, Mr. Reagan, can I ask you some questions?
Of course you can, Leo.
Why did they build the Berlin Wall in Germany?
That's a good question. We're in West Berlin, which is the free side of Germany. On the other side of the wall is East Berlin, which is occupied by the Soviet Union.
Okay. Berlin, all of Berlin was in the east side of Germany, actually. Hold on, minor distinction. I know. Oh, that's a good pick. Oh, this is perfect. Hold up. Can I get a higher resolution? It's still good enough, I guess. Yeah, okay, so here we go. So, like, West Berlin, West Berlin, West Germany, East Germany, but the city right here is Berlin. Yeah, during World War II, I guess, the United States was a little late to the party. Yeah. And now that's not entirely true. They were there a little bit, but yeah. A minor little distinction. I know they're showing Berlin here. He said, but what he said was not like correct.
Side of the wall. We're in West Berlin, which is the free side of Germany.
Not technically correct, but okay.
On the other side of the wall is East Berlin, which is occupied by the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, which is communist, built this wall during the Cold War.
Which is communist? Why would... Weird little thing to add. Hold on, I'm looking at something. Okay, let's go.
The Soviet Union, which is communist.
There was also one more little thing. There was also like this was another cool moment in history. Hold on. Yes, the Berlin blockade. Yeah, during some rising tensions in the Cold War, the Soviet Union like just straight up like part of the agreement at the end of the war was like, okay, we get all of this, but you guys can like manage this part of Berlin. But then at some point during rising tensions, the Soviet Union blocked all the land access to Berlin from the Western nations. So they wanted to, the Soviets offered to drop it if they withdrew. Yeah, there was some political whatever. So what they did, what the Western countries did, they just flew in thousands of fucking planes to drop in all these supplies and stuff. Just for American and British Air Forces flew over 200,000 sorties in 1 year, providing necessities such as fuel and food. The original plan. Oh yeah. Okay, good enough. Pretty impressive.
Built this wall during the Cold War to keep people locked in East Berlin and stop them from going to freedom in West Berlin.
We sure are lucky to be on this side.
You're right about that.
I feel like... Okay, I'm gonna be fully honest. I'm not 100% certain why they fucking built the Berlin Wall. But I feel like I'm not getting the full story here. Let me see. What does the Wikipedia page say? We might get something from it. This article is semi-protected. Okay, whatever. Background. I guess probably mass migration and they wanted to stop people from leaving. That might make sense. But it's like... But... Okay, I'm just saying, I'm not... My gut is telling me, like, that's a little strange because, like, you know, they're in Berlin. Where are they going to go? They walk out of Berlin. They're still in. They're still kind of in the middle of, you know, Soviet-occupied Germany. Ugh, what is Google? Why was the Berlin Wall built? Prevent its population. Yeah, okay. Maybe it was right. According to Britannica.com. According to... Alright, let's go.
Leo.
Why is it called the Cold War anyway? It doesn't seem that cold.
Hold up a second. Let me read this. Okay. The inconsistency quality of PragerU's animations is so annoying. Come on. Yeah, no. Berlin was a land island. That's a good comparison. If you're a paid animator and drawing people, cartoon hands are not that hard to draw. Oh my god, Reagan's hands. Ray, what have they done to you? These are horrible. They're also really tiny compared to his head. My hands are big. I hear my cat crying. Yeah. Friend told me you should tell your other conservative, smart conservative is an oxymoron. Hey, where's the lie though? I'm sorry. What are we doing?
Stop them from going to freedom in West Berlin.
We sure are lucky to be on this side.
You're right about that, Leo.
Why is it called the Cold War anyway? It doesn't seem that cold.
I don't know what he's gonna say. I feel like it's gonna be dumb.
It's not because of cold weather. It's called the Cold War because we were able to end the war without using any weapons.
A war with no shooting or bombs? How did you do that?
Well, everyone was afraid that the United States and the
what?
Soviet Union were going to shoot nuclear bombs at each other, but thankfully that never happened.
A nuclear bomb would have been terrible.
Okay, it's called... This is weird. This is really weird. I'm sorry. It's called the Cold War because there were rising tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union, between NATO and the Warsaw Pact, but the two never directly went to open war with each other. There was never really direct open warfare between the two. What there was a series of proxy wars, whereas I guess Vietnam, well, Vietnam was of China. Well, Vietnam, okay. Cuba is a good example. Okay, so the United States has a bunch of allies in NATO. The United States starts building military bases in Turkey. I don't think Turkey at the time is like, I don't remember if they were NATO at the time. I don't think they were. They might have been. Start building big military bases here. Ah, these rockets can hit Russia. These rockets can hit the Soviet Union from Turkey. Okay, Soviet Union goes and says, well, that's kind of sus. We're gonna go put some rockets. We're gonna go put some missiles in Cuba. Right a stone's throw away from Florida. And then the United States shits their pants over it. And they're like, we're going to do a blockade of Cuba. We're not going to let any other ships come in because we don't want any missiles in Cuba. And you see, one side does one thing, the other side does something else, and tensions rise, but nobody's opened fire yet. That's Cold War. How's that? United States engages in action. United States engages in covert action, mainly the CIA, engages in covert action in countries all across the world, overthrows democratically elected leaders who lean a little too socialist for their liking. I'm not making that one up. Not Soviet, mind you, but people they don't like, who lean a little too far away from American interests. United States invasion of Panama, codenamed Operation Just Cause, lasted over a month between mid-December, late January 1990. Occurred during George H.W. Bush. Oh yeah, UN General Assembly condemned it as a violation of international law. I'm forgetting the name of the other one. Anyway, I don't remember. What's another one? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, obvious one. I'm sorry, I forgot about this. Soviet Union goes and says, we're going to invade Afghanistan. Soviet Union sends troops and tanks directly into Afghanistan, wants to take the oil. United States doesn't like that. We don't want them taking Afghanistan and all the resources. But United States can't engage in open warfare and openly go and defend the people in Afghanistan and fight off the Soviet army. So what do? We send CIA people to train Mujahideen fighters like Osama bin Laden to fight the Soviets. That all happened. That's a good example of a Cold War story. Several decades later, Osama bin Laden becomes very anti-United States and does a 9/11. And so, there's an explanation for the Cold War. How's that? We gotta stop communism. We're gonna invade Vietnam and Korea and all these other countries, but not directly attacking Soviet Union. Okay.
That's the biggest kind of bomb there is.
You're absolutely right, Leo. That's why we signed the INF.
Oh, I see. Wait, what's the INF?
The INF stands
Kid, you're so stupid.
for Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. Both our countries agreed to sign the treaty so we didn't have to use our bombs.
Is that all it took to end the Cold
Kids don't fucking care about this. What the fuck? This is so weird, man.
War?
Well, no, Leo. We also used our economy to win.
Economy?
Okay, now this is going off the rails very rapidly. We signed the INF. Okay. Oh, by the way, fun thing. I just Googled INF just to pull it up and see, just to check on it. Amidst continuing growth of China's missile forces, U.S. President Donald Trump announced on October 20th, 2018, he was withdrawing the U.S. from the treaty due to supposed Russian noncompliance. The United States claimed another reason for the withdrawal was to counter Chinese arms buildup in the Pacific. So, like, congratulations. The same party that did it, undid it. Literally, like, undoing the goodness of it. And now PragerU is, like, praising it as a good thing. Like, you people. Oh, I might have a brain hemorrhage. You're. Oh God. Wait, is the Padma thing the reason Just Cause games are named that? Yes, they are. Now, the very first Just Cause game was focused a lot more on that, and then like as they made more, they kind of got wackier and wackier. But you may notice every Just Cause game, well, I haven't looked at the most recent ones, but like the first few were very, very explicit in that you are going here to overthrow these people, and you are being backed by the United States. They were very explicit about that. They didn't necessarily get into the like nitty-gritty of the politics, but that central theme was there and unapologetic.
Oh, Leo.
Yes, I assume that's public knowledge. That's like known by everybody. But sometimes I know these things, and then people are like, "Zach, how the fuck do you know that?" And I'm like, I just knew it. I didn't know.
We also used our economy to win.
All right,
Economy?
Give
Isn't
it
that
to me.
money stuff? That sounds really complicated.
give it to
It's
me.
really very simple, Leo. We used a program called Reaganomics to make our economy strong. We cut taxes so that the government took less of people's hard-earned money away from them, and that led to more people getting jobs.
Holy shit. Well, that was the stupidest thing I've seen. So he just made all of that up? Like, none of that? That's not how it fucking works? Thanks to Reaganomics, prison turned to profits. Killer Mike. We're not gonna fucking rap though.
Make our
I like that it's just like
economy strong.
Look
Very
at-
simple,
look at the animation of the word Reaganomics.
Leo. We used a program called Reaganomics.
It's just dancing back and forth. There's nothing else going on. Did he even? Why are his eyes red? I know it's supposed to be brown, but it looks so disturbing.
To make our economy strong. We cut
So basically, Reaganomics just means we're going to deregulate stuff, we're going to tax less, and we're going to cause a recession to the United States, and we're going to have to wind up raising taxes again because holy shit, that turns out our budget can't fucking work when we do this. Uh-oh. Oh, but that's okay because like the people that backed me, Mr. Reagan, people that backed me in my campaign and got me into office, they all got rich and they all made stock buybacks, and now they're wealthier than they've ever been before. Wealthier than anyone in the United States has ever been before. But that's okay because I'm going to win re-election and be really popular, right? Oh, we got a big recession hitting us. Ah!
and that led to more people getting jobs.
No, it did not. Also, like, that whole sentence fails to substantiate, like, how that has anything to do with the Cold War. Like, what does that have to do with the conflict between the United States and the Soviet Union?
Blech.
You're supposed to explain this to a kid, dude. I can do this better.
I don't want a job. I hate work. My sister Layla has a job after school, but I like to play after school.
Well, Leo,
Well, Leo, maybe if you stop being such a liberal freeloader, you could afford your damn insulin.
when you grow up, getting a job and working hard is part of being responsible. I'm sure your sister is working hard to
I don't think this video is about the Cold War, just Ronald Reagan. Yeah. This is all Dennis Prager's like fanfic of Ronald Reagan. But I know about the Cold War because I think it's one of the most. Not only is it like really interesting to me, it's also like we're still dealing with the fallout from it all over the world today. A lot of geopolitics today is quite clearly like shaped off of a lot of geopolitics in the world today is quite clearly shaped in the aftermath of the Cold War. So I think, understanding what's going on today, it's important to understand what went on not too long ago. So
hard is part of being responsible. I'm sure your sister is working hard to find you right now. Thanks to everyone working hard.
how did you know how did he know she's looking for him? How'd you know that?
I'm sure your sister is working hard to find you right now. Thanks to everyone working hard, the United States economy was so big that the Soviet Union couldn't keep up.
But how's that work? Also, like, that's very dystopian. Thanks to everyone working hard. Like, isn't that what we accuse the Soviet Union of doing to their people? Forcing people to work? Like, what the fuck, man?
You are amazing, Mr. Reagan. You saved everyone's lives and made them better at the same time.
Well,
Dennis Prager wrote that. Dennis Prager wrote that. Dennis Prager wrote that. Yeah. Yeah, why is Reagan staring at us? So weird.
Amazing, Mr. Reagan. You saved everyone's lives and made them better at the same time.
well, thank you, Leo, but
He didn't, though. A lot of these motions, a lot of things that happened with the collapse of the Soviet Union were kind of set into motion, like, decades before. Like, when Stalin died, a lot of stuff was kind of moving into motion. The guy that replaced him, I want to say Yeltsin. Maybe not Yeltsin. Yeltsin came later. I don't remember the guy who replaced Stalin. The guy that replaced Stalin was like the very next guy was like very like, no, Stalin was a war criminal and did a bunch of bad stuff, and then he lasted a few years and then he was ousted, and the next guy was an asshole, and then but during the time when he was there, like, there was a period of de-escalation, and then the next guy came, it went up a little bit, and then he left, and then Gorbachev came in, and then things went down a bit. Like, all of this was set into motion. You want to say, it was Reagan. Reagan did it. No. A lot of this would have happened regardless of who was in the White House. Khrushchev? That may have been him. That sounds right. Yes. No. Yes. Okay, this guy was like... Okay, just to be clear, like, this guy is not like a good guy, right? But... Okay, March 1953, Stalin's death triggered a power struggle in which Khrushchev emerged victorious upon consolidating his authority as the first secretary, blah, blah, blah. Delivered the secrets... On February 1956, he delivered the secret speech, which denounced Stalin's purges and ushered in a less repressive era in the Soviet Union. There we go. Now, despite the cuts, this he was in charge during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So, like I said, not necessarily a great person, but like, if the whole point that I had was that events were set into motion, right? Okay.
the job isn't done
The last commentator was pretty chill. Gorbachev? Yeah.
yet. We still have one more thing to do.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
Amazing, Mr. Reagan.
he was okay. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I gotta... you just reminded me of something. Oh, where is this? Oh my god. Okay, just so y'all know, Mikhail Gorbachev, right? This guy. He had this big birthmark on his head. Right? Really noticeable. Like, recognizable. Recognizable person. Okay. You're gonna hate this part. I hope I don't get copyright claimed. Three. Yeah. You know, in Sid Meier's Civilization, there's like multiple ways to win. You can win the science victory to go to space. You can conquer everybody else, take over all the capital cities, or you can do the cultural victory and like just completely dominate everyone else's culture. That's what America's done.
You saved everyone's lives and made them better at the same time.
Well, thank you, Leo, but the job isn't done yet. We still have one more thing to do.
Yes,
Mr. Gorbachev.
What is that? Wait! What is that turn? What is this animation?
We still have one more thing to do. Mr. Gorbachev.
What the fuck? These animators are horrible. You missed like five to 10 frames there. What the fuck?
Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah, freedom for everyone.
Oh my god, that's not what happened. You left out the rest of the speech. It happened 2 years later. And now they're in the sky. What?
There you are, Leo. I've been looking for you everywhere. What have you been up to?
Wait, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I noticed something else. Look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
You are amazing.
Thank you, Leo. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah, freedom for everyone.
You can like see through Reagan. Like you can see the cloud behind him. And he's staring at me. Is this like Dennis Prager's way of saying that Ronald Reagan is like an angel? He's otherworldly. He's like Christ ascending to the heavens. This is like he saw Birth of a Nation and he was like, you know, that part when Jesus came down and blessed the KKK, I really like that. We're gonna do that. And he's staring at me.
There you are, Leo. I've been looking for you everywhere. What have you been up to?
Hi, Layla. You
Why is he like moving back and forth? That's so awkward.
just missed it. President Reagan and I tore down the real Berlin Wall.
You didn't even do anything. It just kind of fell down behind you, kid.
I can't believe I missed it. You need to be careful when you time travel. My phone battery is almost empty and we need to get back before it's too late.
Okay, Layla. Let me say goodbye to Ronald Reagan first, though. Bye,
Okay.
Mr. President. It was nice meeting you. Thanks for beating the communists.
Goodbye.
Thanks for beating the communists. Beat the communists so good, we had to leave Vietnam. Couldn't beat a bunch of rice farmers.
Bye, Leo. And remember this. It's never too late to fight for freedom.
Here we go, Leo.
That's why I fight PragerU. Thank you, Mr. Reagan. Mr. President, get down! Like, you see a bunch of lights like that next to the president? Like, that's a fucking bomb. He left the jelly beans behind. Oh no. Like, guys, he left the jelly beans behind. You can't, you're time traveling, you can't do that. Guy, Leo and Layla caused 9/11. The butterfly effect. They...
Yay, we're back! Layla, you should have been there when Ronald Reagan told them to tear down the Berlin
Don't look at me, kid.
Wall. It was super fun.
It's okay, Leo. I got to do a lot of fun things in the past, too.
Like what?
Glad you asked, Leo. Well, I went to the White House and met Nancy Reagan, the First Lady.
Oh my god. That's horrifying.
I learned all about their program to keep kids off drugs.
I went to the White House to meet Nancy Reagan. And she stabbed me.
Nancy Reagan, the First Lady, and I learned
I
all
like
about
that.
their program.
I like that they don't even bother to animate this frame. It's just stuck here for a second or two. There's no movement. Had to stick this in randomly
The
though.
White House and met Nancy Reagan, the First Lady, and I learned all about their program to keep kids off drugs.
I learned all about their program to put black people in prison.
And the First Lady, and I learned all about
Oh
their
my
program
God.
to keep kids off drugs.
Just say no.
You got that right. Plus, I went to
Hey, okay, I can't play it on stream, but there's a song from a rapper called... Okay, there's a song from the rapper Killer Mike. Song called Reagan. He's rapping about Reagan. It's a great song. Y'all should look it up. It's great. It's good. Reagan by Killer Mike. Ugh. I love that song. And the story going on here talking about, oh, Ronald Reagan did all this, oh, he's so great, oh, he wanted to keep kids off drugs. Very clearly written by a white person. Just, yeah. There's a reason for that.
the Supreme Court and visited one of my role models, Justice Sandra Day O'Connor.
Who was that?
She was the first woman on the Supreme Court. She's proof that anyone can become what they want in America. And guess who appointed her?
Who cares about this identity politics? Ugh.
I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint. He really likes jelly beans.
Ronald Reagan did that too? Man, I'm so glad I got to meet him. Hey, Layla, do you think that I could grow up to be like Reagan?
Of course you can. When
Statistically speaking, Johnny, one day you'll have Alzheimer's too. It runs in the family. Or Leo.
Ronald
Johnny.
Reagan was your age, his family didn't even have plumbing or running water. But you'll have to work hard
Hey, there was a time in my life when I didn't either.
if you want
Oh
to
my
be like
god! I'm sorry, I stopped on a bad spot.
his family didn't even have plumbing or running water. But you'll have to
Okay, I paused it like, I don't like that face.
work
I paused it on like a lip bite and I was like, ah, I'm uncomfortable.
hard if you want to be like him.
You bet I will.
Great. Now why don't you start?
Let me hear that
Reagan
again.
was your age,
Sorry.
his family didn't even have plumbing or running water. But you'll have to work hard if you want to be like him.
I don't want to be like him. You'll have to work hard if you want to be like him. So what you're saying is I should be an actor. I should go to Los Angeles and then start shoving my politics down everybody's throat. Because that's what Reagan did.
You bet I will.
Great. Now why don't you start by fixing that fence before Mom and Dad get home?
How's he gonna fix the fence, Layla? You need to buy him some 2x4s. There's some holes in the fence here. He's like, yeah, he was like, I'm Ronald Reagan, tearing down the wall. Is that a thing he does? Like, just LARPs as Ronald Reagan? Yeah. What are you... Whoa, sorry. What are you doing, Leo? I'm Ronald Reagan. I'm selling guns to Iran in exchange for hostages. While lying about it on TV. We're gonna use that money to fund Nicaraguan rebels.
Great. Now why don't you start by fixing that fence before Mom and Dad get home? Thank you for watching this video. To watch more PragerU Kids shows, be sure to join our prep program by visiting www.prageru.com.
Why is it only in my left ear?
SPN Events offers
The rest of the video was fine. What?
Program by visiting www.
Also, the audio's like significantly lower. Damn, you fucked that up. See, they're trying to make it look like a PBS. It's PBS Kids. Oh man, that was horrible. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, I can't do this anymore. Oh my god. Maybe. See, maybe Dennis Prager, he was like, oh, that's celiac attack. I know. He's been making videos about my channel. I know. I'll show him. We're gonna give him a brain hemorrhage. We're gonna get him. So, just so we're clear, this is the first one. Am I right? This is the first, like, kid video like that? Okay. Let's stop recording. Oh my god. Ugh. That was amazing. That was the best thing I've seen in a while. That's okay, I'm gonna say it like this is my favorite PragerU video so far. This is my favorite one. I like the Debbie D'Souza ones cause her brain is just fucking like someone took it out, threw it against the wall, and fucking fried it for an hour, and then threw it against the wall again and stomped on it. but this was unique. I love it. By love it, I mean horrible. Like, this isn't even. This isn't. I'm sorry. This isn't even like good for kids. No kid's gonna want to watch this. This is for us. Oh man, I am so happy. I'm so happy I saw that. Also, just because I feel like I'm obligated to, dislike. I don't normally interact with the videos. Dislike. Bad. Don't make any more of this, Dennis. Dennis, please stop. Dennis, please stop sharing your fan fiction with the rest of us. It's really weird and uncomfortable. Alright. Alright. A PragerU video with more dislikes than likes. There are a few that have more dislikes than likes. It takes me by surprise whenever I see one. But every once in a while one does, because every once in a while they say something that a lot of people are like, no, you're wrong on this. Like, there was one talking about, like, I think there's a video talking about what is Big Green, and I think that one did, because people were like, y'all are funded by Big Oil. What are you talking about? And there was another, I think there was another one about Israel, where he was like just making shit up. I don't really remember though. Next episode, we're gonna see Dennis making out with Margaret Thatcher. Oh, why did you speak that into existence? I bet. Or Ayn Rand, that's likely. Hold on, I'm having my phone calls leaked about people calling me, about me calling people the N-word. What? What are you talking about? Is it was that relevant to something in the video, or or what have you done? PragerU can't even make a decent cartoon. Gmod vids are better than that. There was some really fun Gmod stuff back in the day. Gmod's like, oh my god, Gmod is like 15 years old now. oh god, I'm closer to my 30s than I am to when I was 18. Okay, what? Oh, Ronald Reagan. Yes. Yes, you're right. Yes. I wonder if I could find that. You used the I pronoun, the first person pronoun, and I was like, are you talking about yourself? What have you done? like that's surprising. What's this? Oh, good. You said the kid was role-playing as Ronald Reagan is something he did. Damn. You're right. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. I'm sorry. I read the chat, like, I was so focused on the video, I read your comment, like, after it. And I was like, someone said something about N-word. What the fuck's going on in the chat? What? It's like, is someone being racist in chat? I need to ban them. But, okay. Ronald Reagan's long hidden racist, blah blah blah.
Last night, I tell you, to watch that thing on television, as I did. Yeah. To see those monkeys from those African countries. Damn them, they're still uncomfortable wearing shoes.
Well, and then the tail wags the dog there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The tail wags the dog.
Reagan was talking to Nixon. Amazing. What an amazing combination. To see those monkeys from African countries, damn them, they're still uncomfortable wearing shoes. It's from Ronald Reagan. Now, to people like me and Killer Mike, and to people who like know Reagan and his policies, like this wasn't surprising at all. This was like, yeah, I thought like all of you knew this. What are you talking about? Well, this was, I remember when this came out, this was like the first I'd ever heard this conversation, but I was like, yeah, that sounds exactly like something he would say. Didn't surprise me at all, but apparently some people were like kind of like shook by this, and it's like, guys, have you not been paying attention? Anyway, all right, we'll add that bit in at the end of the video. I don't know if I want to even bother with the other ones. He's just the rest of these clips here are like talking about, well, we should play the others.
Look at Venezuela.
Look at Venezuela.
I, for example, just had a call from Reagan, California, and he's been out there and so forth, and as you can imagine, there's strong feeling that we just shouldn't. As he said, he saw these cannibals on television last night, and he said it's nice. He said they weren't even wearing shoes, and he says here the United States is going to submit its fate to that, and so forth and so on, and but that's typical of a reaction, which is probably quite strong.
So that was Nixon. That was Nixon talking to then Secretary of State William Rogers, talking about the conversation he had with Reagan. Nixon there felt uncomfortable with what Reagan said. Yeah. Saying that Reagan called them... Nixon said that Reagan said he saw these cannibals on television last night, and he says, Christ, they weren't even wearing shoes, and here the United States is going to submit its fate to that. Nixon said Reagan said that, so, oh boy. And let's get to the last one on the way down here.
From what Weaver. What do you run into down there?
Well, everybody feels the same way. The hell with all these little stinking nations that we're supporting.
I don't think they blame us for it.
But of course, and then the reaction. I think you're absolutely right. That reaction on television proves how they ought to be still hanging from the trees by the tail. Really.
Okay.
All right. I look forward to seeing you.
Right.
All right.
All right. That one's not interesting. Okay. Good enough. Hi. Wow, what a fun. Release tape features Ronald Reagan using racist slur.
Canada, I wasn't that
Oh, from CNN. Let's hear it. Is this different?
Heels of President Trump using he was referred to listen.
Watch that thing on television.
No, this is the same thing. Okay. Well, doesn't surprise people like me. Doesn't surprise any of it. Pay attention, Dan, making me sound like a psychopath. I'm sorry, Sour Eggs, you're not. That was my bad. It was entirely my bad. Okay? I read the chat a little too slow. I wasn't keeping up with it. Sometimes when I'm doing these videos, it's like I'm in the video and the chat's moving and the chat's moving so fast I can't actually, like, I don't even acknowledge everything. My mind doesn't quite pick up on everything that's being said in the chat, which is nice that, like, I've hit that point, you know. I remember when I started streaming and there was maybe like 2 or 3 people in the chat, and that's it, and it's like I can't see. It's like that's it. There's nothing else. It's not moving. Kind of sad. Even though I'm not huge or nothing, it's still kind of like, hey, I've hit that point. That's good. Proud of myself. Come a long way. All right. We've come a long, long way together through the hard times in the hood. I've got to celebrate you, baby. Got to praise you like I should. All right, what are we doing? So do we want to do... How long have I been streaming, actually? 2 hours, 13 minutes. Okay, that's a good amount, I guess. It's 10 a.m. Let me check my space here. Okay, I can do that. All right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Actually, before I go to the bathroom, just to get a feeler for everybody. All right. I've been going through doing like political compass reactions, but there's like a big guy I haven't done a video on. Who is a big guy who did the political compass test? I don't think I've done a video on him yet. I don't think. Wait, hold on. Let me look real quick before I talk out of my ass here. Okay, good. Nope. Okay. Ben Shapiro takes the political compass test. What do you guys think of that? Should we do that? Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. If you guys want to see that, let me know your opinions of that in the chat. I'll be right back. I return! Give me one second here. Okay. Turn my fan up. It is really hot. Really hot outside. Weather today in Phoenix is, says 94 degrees right now, with a high of 103, 104. Ugh. And for those of you who want Celsius, that's 30, 40. Yeah, that is unpleasant. And, well, I think I need to... The blinds behind me are not heat resistant. I need to... I don't want to... I need to replace them. I don't want to do the effort. I'm dead. I would be dead. Unironically, people do die from the heat here in Arizona. It's not very common. I mean, like, most people don't die. Usually what happens is there's like some... It's like every fucking year there are people who come from out of state who are like, yeah, I'm gonna go hiking on this mountain. It's not so hot outside right now at like 5 in the morning when it's like 70 degrees, and then the sun comes up and whoo, you know, that 4-hour hike is suddenly murder. Like, that happens every fucking year. That's just, yeah. Okay. I agree with everything being said about Ben Shapiro here. Oh my god. Like what? Like, yeah, this is a good point. Even from a purely personality perspective, even if you 100% agreed with his politics, how can you stand him as a personality? He's so incredibly annoying. Yeah. I never gotten an answer for that. Nobody's like told these people don't want to talk to me, but like I've always wanted to be like even if you agree with him, like, this is an annoying person. Like his voice and just the way he talks, his mannerisms, it's like, dude, go away. Search Trump supporters socialism. Watch the first two by the Young Turks. Well, I'll take a quick look real quick. This one here. Did Trump supporters know what socialism is? I feel like I've seen some of this before.
Before you scroll away, you need to hear this.
I'm sorry.
Republicans are moving on a national court.
I don't care.
The fact
I've done my work.
that
now.
you called socialism. Oh no, it's socialism. No, this is socialism. Excuse me. Socialism is the BC word for communism. Get it, people. Get it.
That's nice. Would you engage in debating him? I'll do everything for this channel. I will do. Do you guys want to see like my nudes? I'll leak them. I'm kidding. No, I meant like I'll talk to anyone. If someone's got like a point they want to debate or something, I'll talk with them. I don't care who it is. Like even Ben Shapiro, I'll do it. Jordan Peterson, I'll do it. The difference, the thing is like, when Dave Rubin does stuff, it's like he's like, what's the difference between a white guy and a black guy? What are they doing differently? And Stefan Molyneux's like, they have different sizes, different brain sizes. And all Dave Rubin does is like, really? That's interesting. And I'll sit there and I would still talk to Stefan Molyneux if he wanted to, but I would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What evidence do you have to support that? I'm willing to bet you don't have anything. See, little difference in tactics, but I'll talk to anyone. Yeah. Let's hear it.
He says he's not a socialist, but all of his ideas that sound like socialist ideas.
I spoke Dave Rubin into existence, and then the ideas have come for me.
And everybody around him are like socialists, and they all support that. And I think that as soon as he's in office, he will start pushing socialism if he was in office.
They're the devil.
I wanted to ask these people to define it, because they never define it.
They got a lot of Satan in them. They're out for their own good. They have no interest in the United States of America.
And the they there, who's the they?
Oh, the Jews, obviously.
The Democrats, Biden, Pelosi, all of them. They just got a lot of evil in them. They are not in the best interest of the United States of America.
Uh-huh.
I support Trump because he's not a...
This cuck's wearing a mask. Outside, too. Hey, guys. Hey, like a quick... Okay. I didn't really go out very much in the last year. I don't really go out at all. But, like... when I was outside, I, like, never wore a mask. I didn't know people did that. Like, here where I live, like, nobody did that outside. You always did it inside. I didn't go to, like, outside events or anything. But just the grocery store, that's it. Grocery store and work. Oh, I meant in the workplace? Oh, I'd shut him down. I'd be like, yeah, you're not allowed to... It's like, that's inappropriate talk in the workplace. Don't talk about that.
They are not in the best interest of the United States of America.
I support Trump because he's not a socialist. I'm a foreigner in America. I lived in 2 socialist countries, and I want nothing to do with socialism.
Do you see Joe Biden as socialist?
The people that are handling him are socialists, yes. Yeah.
Well, he's so corrupt.
I don't think that guy knows.
He wants to have people, take their guns away. He's actually had Beto O'Rourke, supposedly to be in charge of taking the guns away. Yeah, I just don't want to have that confrontation if I don't need.
I'm gonna say right now, I don't believe that's gonna happen. Sometimes these people say stuff like Beto said his thing, but I don't see that happening.
Need to.
He calls himself Catholic. He's pro-abortion and pro-same-sex marriage. How Catholic is that?
And on top of that, who he surrounds himself with as well. So you have 2 choices.
How Catholic is that? Well, according to the Bible, the only unforgivable sin is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. So it doesn't necessarily matter if you look at it from that perspective.
You either have law and order or you have anarchy and chaos. That's it. That's your 2 choices.
And who is the...
Based, let's do it.
Who's the law and order and who's the anarchy?
Come on.
Do you believe that Joe Biden would be a socialist president?
Yes, I do. I totally believe he'd be a socialist president, and that's not what we need here.
It's just a matter of, the liberals rigging the system for him to win, because, and especially the Electoral College. But if you talk to the majority of Americans, they support Trump. They're just, they're silenced right now. It all comes down to policy. And
damn, then I wish you'd shut the fuck up.
Joe Biden's policies, maybe they're religious, but they're definitely not Christian. And I mean, maybe he goes to church, I don't know. But the things that he supports and
Who gives a shit if he goes to church? Like, the fact that some people like feel comfortable saying that is like, holy shit, you're fucking tyrannical. Like like you're saying, man, there's a divide between Catholics and Protestants. I know, but that, like, oh,
things he believes in is not.
These people, I've said many times before, a lot of these, that's a good face. I've said many times before, a lot of these people, they just want to have like a full, they don't actually care about religious freedom. They just want to force conversions on people. That's what it comes down to, once again.
I don't know, but the things that he supports and the things he believes in is not for the people and it's not for God, I don't think.
But he's running for president of the United States. He's not running to be God.
You pray for a President Biden. Should that be the
I pray for President Biden right now. I pray for him. I pray for Kamala Harris.
That's fair.
I pray for everybody in our capital. Democrats, Republicans, Independent. You know, we're all under God's. You know, nobody's different.
Would you pray for President Biden?
Oh man, this person. I've seen this person before in videos.
Well, I pray for President Biden's soul. I think he's ill. So I hope that he gets his life right with Christ before he leaves this earth, but that's all I can think about.
There wasn't much talking about socialism there. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know if I want to watch this one though. Anyway, let's get on to it. Let's get on to what we're here for. Okay. I mean, I don't say that lightly. Anyone at these events is not well. Any conservative leader wouldn't say that with Trump, but damn. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these people at this point. Like, it really does seem like they will fucking kill all of us, and they won't even feel bad about it. And then when you like try to argue against it, they're like, "What? You triggered, liberal? Oh, are you triggered? I killed you, and all your family? Haha." I was like, yeah, I'm a little upset by that. Okay. Did I have something else I wanted to say? I don't see it. Okay. I agree. I agree with you, Sarix. A lot of these people are mentally unwell. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm putting another call out if any of you can help. If any of you happen to have, like, a MAGA hat laying around that you don't want, for whatever reason, I won't ask questions. I will take it off of your hands, okay? I would like to have one as a trophy and a prop. I'm not gonna fucking pay for it, and I'd rather not get in a fight and steal one, although that would be cool and badass as fuck. I'm not gonna do that. Like that. But I would like one. Just I got the Dave Rubin book, the Steven Crowder mug. That's, you know, vanquished enemies. He says, not having done videos on either of them. Anyway. Also, for those of you who are here, I keep talking Dave Rubin video. I think I have a day. It's coming. July 20th. All right. That's gonna be the deadline. Stay tuned, baby. Don't think like I haven't been working on it. I've been putting the last couple weeks. I've been done a lot of work on it, and it. Whew, but there's a couple things that are gonna happen that I have to wait for. Yeah, Dave Rubin said that he's gonna have Trump on his show, like in this month in June. I want to cover that. Because some people have, there's a few other people who have made comprehensive videos on Dave Rubin, and I was like, I wonder if anyone's done it. Yeah, a few people have done it. Well, I'm going to be the first comprehensive video on Dave Rubin talking about the Trump interview. Hey, that'll be fun. We'll see. Yeah. There's a few other things that I got to work on though. It's not just that. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Oh, right. Another political compass. Garbage. Ben Shapiro takes the political compass quiz. I've done a bunch of other losers. Let's take a look at the biggest loser of all. The Big Ben.
There's this very...
All right. If the audio, I think the audio is fine. All right. Give it to me.
Popular test online. It's called the Political Compass Test. And basically,
yes,
it scans on two separate axes. From left to right on the x-axis, it shows communism and collectivism to neoliberalism and libertarianism on the right. And then on the y-axis, it goes authoritarian fascism down to anarchism and libertarianism. We'll see how accurate it is. If the scale is correct.
It's very reductive, but we don't care. I don't care. I care more about ideas. I just want to talk about ideas. You just want to talk about ideas.
Anyway, I will end up in the right libertarian category. I mean, that's obviously where I am. I think the premises of the questions are incredibly stupid. So let's just jump right in. Question number one: if economic...
I think it's obvious where you are, and it's not libertarianism.
Globalization is inevitable. It should primarily serve humanity, rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Did Bernie Sanders write this question? What a stupid-ass question. Seriously. Like
Oh, we're off to a great start. I'm going to argue with the question. Ben Shapiro started reading that, and he's like, it's got the word trans in it. Bernie Sanders.
National corporations, which are responsible through the use of free market capitalism for the dramatic decrease of poverty throughout humanity, are now opposed to humanity? So the very phraseology of the question is idiotic. But since they're asking this, I'm just going to assume that their premise is wrong and put strongly disagree, because transnational corporations have been a lot more helpful to humanity than top-down government-induced schemes. Okay, I'd always support...
I feel like you didn't answer the question, though. Yeah. Well, sour eggs, I don't know what to tell you. Just run against him. like I'm gonna do with Gary Lake.
Support my country, whether it was right or wrong. I disagree with that.
Good.
I disagree with that.
Good answer.
What if your country is terrible? No one chooses his or her country of birth.
Hey, he's right.
So it's foolish to be proud of it. And I generally agree that it's silly to be proud of just where you were born. You should be proud of the country because the country actually doesn't suck. Our race has many superior...
Good. That's a good answer. Good job. I'm a little surprised.
...qualities compared with other races. Strongly disagree because I don't think that races matter in terms of inherent quality. That's silliness. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I disagree with that. And the enemy of my enemy could also be my enemy. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Strongly agree. International law is a bunch of crap written by countries that generally have their own priorities. The UN Security Council includes Russia and China. So yeah, I'm going to go with strongly disagree.
Okay, he goes straight to the UN Security Council. I'm pretty sure by international law they mean like stuff your country's like agreed to
or strongly agrees. The UN security law is
like
defies.
Like you're violating, like, okay, the United States agreed to the Geneva Convention. Oh, but we're still gonna fucking torture people. Like, Alright, dude.
International law is something go with strongly disagree. Their own priorities. The UN Security Council includes Russia and China. So yeah, I'm gonna go with strongly disagree.
UN Security Council includes Russia and China. The whole purpose of the UN is to include these people that might otherwise be at conflict with each other. He's saying, yeah, the UN Security Council includes Russia and China. Yeah, the idea is that Russia and China and other nations don't go to war with each other because they have a venue to express diplomacy through the United Nations. That's kind of the whole point. Like, this conservatives shit on the UN sometimes, and yeah, the UN seems ineffective, but it's like, no, it's working. It looks like it's ineffective because it's working. They're not at war with each other. That's what it's supposed to be doing. If there's no news, which is good news.
Disagree or strongly agree on we can sometimes defy the idiocy of international law, which is an idiotic construct in the first place. There is now a war.
Okay, NATO agreements are international law. Should we violate NATO? Oh. He probably would agree with that.
Worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Disagree.
Oh.
Disagree. The reason I say disagree is because there was always that fusion. We just ignored it until the last 5 minutes when everybody got mad because conservatives were suddenly creating news. Okay. Yeah.
No, there was not always a fusion like this. Not like today. Yeah, okay, Ronald Reagan. During Ronald Reagan's presidency, he got rid of the fairness doctrine. You know who worked for Ronald Reagan around that time? Roger Ailes. He would go on to found Fox News. This is not a coincidence. Fairness doctrine required broadcasters to talk about, when they talk about a controversial issue, they have to present the other side of a controversial issue. They don't have to do that anymore. Used to be, you're a broadcaster on television, you had to do that. You don't now. Reagan got rid of that. Fusion of information and entertainment. I wonder which side of the political aisle did this. Okay.
The reason I say disagree is because there was always that fusion. We just ignored it until the last 5 minutes when everybody got mad because conservatives were suddenly creating news.
Just ignored it when all of a sudden in the last 40 years when conservatives started making far-right fascist propaganda and half of this country's getting brainwashed and led into fighting a civil war.
Okay, the economy. People are ultimately divided more by class than nationality. Strongly disagree, and World War I proved that that's a bunch of nonsense. Controlling inflation.
You're not even gonna explain that? World War I was over 100 years ago. Prove that that's a bunch of nonsense? No. One war, one conflict doesn't necessarily prove anything today, because this was not written during the time of World War I. This is written 100 years later. Anyway, no elaboration, so I can't really explain any more about what Ben was thinking.
Is more important than controlling unemployment.
Pretty bad,
I agree
though.
with that, because you can't actually control unemployment. You can only provide the principles necessary in order for an economy to flourish. The only way to control unemployment directly would be through top-down government control, and you could have a horrible economy with complete employment. That was called the USSR or Cuba or Venezuela until the last 5 minutes.
The economy of Cuba was horrible, like, before the communists came, though. Like, it got a hell of a lot better after the communists came. Like, unemployment rates in Cuba were like 40%, like, under the Batista regime. Maybe it was more than that. It was awful.
Because corporations...
But like,
more important than controlling unemployment. I agree with that because you can't be a horrible.
Okay, dude.
With complete employment, that was called the
Let's
USSR.
go on.
Really protect the environment. They were
Let's
Venezuela
hear
until
this.
the last 5 minutes, because corporate.
Also, he said the word, guys. He said the word. Can I test a widget? Let me test a widget.
Look at Venezuela.
There we go. All right, let's carry on, shall we?
Corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment. They require regulation. Well, I mean, I generally agree, but I wouldn't single out corporations there. Obviously, when it comes to environmental regulations, you do require environmental regulations. You have the tragedy of the commons. You have the ability to regulate externalities. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need is a fundamental.
He didn't say much else. That was pretty dumb. Okay, I'll add to this. The vast majority of pollution that's created in the world comes from just a few companies. What, isn't it like 70% of carbon emissions come from just 100 companies? Like, yeah. The vast majority of pollution and environmental damage comes from certain industries. It's not individual people. It's not individual consumer habits that necessarily drive this.
Comes to environmental regulations.
It's just a matter of scale, right? You know, one person throwing their plastic water bottle out the window and littering. Okay, it's littering. It's kind of bad. It's not the same as like, oh, I just dumped, you know. It's not the same as BP oil well spill gushing for 12 weeks into the Gulf of Mexico, petroleum spilling out and suffocating all the wildlife. Little different.
You do require environmental regulations. You have the tragedy of the commons. You have the fundamentally good ability to regulate externalities. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. Strongly disagree.
Yeah, he knows his Karl Marx. Oh, wait, he does that one face forward angle slight tilted because he looks awful. Did you notice? He does the Kubrick 10 stare like there's eyes those times. I think he read in like, okay, I don't know for certain, but I'm willing to bet he read in some.
Look at Venezuela.
Venezuela. I'm willing to bet he read in like some like how to be charismatic book, or how to win friends and influence people book. Like if you like lower your head a little bit, you look kind of serious. Right? People might be a little intimidated. And he was like really, really insecure when he read it because he was like in middle school. And so he started doing that to scare all the other people who would bully him. And he kept doing that. Here we are 15 years later. Now he's in his 30s and he's still doing that. Maybe his neck is kind of fused like that and I shouldn't make fun of him.
Because need should not dictate either moral worth or the morality of the thing that you need. It's a sad reflection on our society.
That's a pretty bad answer, Ben. I'm not gonna lie. It's
something as basic as drinking water.
Okay.
The thing that you need. It's a sad.
The obvious
ability to each.
The obvious thing here is like someone needs to eat, and I have the ability to make food. I should help them. I should help them have food. And I have the ability to help them have food. Maybe they have the ability to help me make the tool. Okay, maybe they have the ability to make the tools.
Look at Venezuela.
To help me make the food. See? From his ability to his needs. See, it works both ways. Yeah, division of labor, baby.
According to his.
Are you people unsubscribing and then resubscribing just to do the notification? I'm not stopping it.
Need is a fundamentally good idea. Strongly disagree because need should not dictate either moral worth or the morality of the thing that you need. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. Strongly disagree. Why is that bad? I'm confused. I mean, you can still get it from the tap. Like, seriously, like, if you don't like the bottled water, just don't drink the bottled water. It seems pretty fantastic that you
Look at
go to the store and
Venezuela.
buy whatever you want. Land shouldn't be
Okay, no, Ben.
fantastic.
This is such a, like, an Americentric answer. Because the question is obviously referring to, like, countries where Nestle is, like, literally bought out all the water rights, and then they take all the water from all the wells, and then they sell it back to people. And there is no tap water because Nestle controls it all. It's basic. It's clear that it's referring to stuff like that, and that, like, people should be able to have water regardless. But
that
he's drawing a distinction from tap water and bottled water, which is like it should be the same.
You can go to the store and buy basically whatever you want. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Strongly disagree, because what would the alternative be? That it would be all government owned and allocated by the government? It is regrettable.
Publicly owned, and we can vote on it. How about that? Communally owned.
Incredible that many persons.
I'll be honest though.
Be a commodity to be bought.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I'll be honest though. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know how to make a system different than what we have now without, like, utterly tearing everything apart. I really don't. I don't know. We could have like rent control and a few things here and there, you know, rent control, public housing, stuff like that makes sense. Publicly owned housing, that makes sense. But then there's, like, some places where, like, real estate values are, like, so high and the demand is so high. I don't know what to do. I just genuinely don't know.
Strongly disagree, because what would the alternative be? That it would be all government owned and allocated by the government? It is regrettable that many.
And that would, yeah. All government owned would probably get sloppy really quick.
Personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Again, the premise of that question is so ridiculous. A lot of the time when people suggest that people are just manipulating money, what they are actually doing is mitigating risk and assessing risk and providing.
Don't argue with the question.
Capital and liquidity markets that allow you to go out and spend on your company, on your business, or allow you to have a credit card, for example. So
they're just manipulating money and they're not actually providing us any value with their labor.
I'm going to go with disagree on.
Yeah, okay.
On that one. Maybe strongly disagree. Protectionism.
Yeah, I get you.
Is sometimes necessary in trade. Agree, but only for national security reasons. So maybe disagree. Maybe I'll put disagree, because it's generally not necessary in trade. It's only necessary for national security reasons. It's not necessary for economic reasons.
Like what?
The only social responsibility.
Oh, we don't get an answer. Okay.
Of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. Agree. I mean, agree. That's what a company is designed to do. It's designed to provide a profit to its shareholders, and that has a bunch of ancillary benefits. It's not designed for employment.
Yeah, he does try to look like Spock. Hey, you guys know that... I'm sure he's made the attack helicopter joke. Can we make it against him? He identifies as Spock.
It's not designed for redistribution.
But he never actually, like, watched Star Trek and learned about it. He just saw Spock once.
The rich are too highly taxed. Strongly designed for employment.
I missed what he said.
It's not designed for redistribution to its shareholders.
The only social responsibility, and he's talking. The question is social responsibility, Ben, not financial responsibility. I understand companies have a financial responsibility to deliver profits to their shareholders. I understand that's what they're doing. I get that. But the question is social responsibility. Does the company have a social responsibility to, I don't know, not poison the town well drinking water? Does the company have a social responsibility to treat their employees well, make sure they're cared for? See, social is different than fiscal.
Agree. I mean, agree. That's what it comes for employee. I agreed with this when I was making for redistribution. The rich are too highly taxed. Strongly agree. And by the way, I agreed with this when I was making 50, 60 grand a year. Of course the rich are too highly taxed. On a net basis, the rich are paying for
I'm rich, ladies. Will a female notice me?
nearly everything in the country right now via taxation.
Notice me.
Those with the...
Okay, no, the rich pay less taxes now than they have, like, in the last 100 years. And it's just going down. In fact, as a proportion of their income, the people at the very top probably pay less than you. How's that make you feel? Haha.
The ability to pay should have access to...
I've been over this several times, though. I'm not going to pull it up again.
Higher standards of medical care. Well, again, the phraseology of the question is so ass backwards because, again, the question isn't...
No, Ben. I think you are the one who's ass backwards. Got him. I stuttered through it.
Whether those with the ability to pay should have access to...
His first instinct was to say, I agreed with this when I was poor instead of actually defending the position. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That is curious. Listen, I'm poor, and you know what? I still pay my taxes because it's part of my duty as a citizen. Like, so quit your bitching, Ben. Bitchin' Ben.
backwards because, again, the question isn't whether those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. The question is whether a system that allows people to pay for better medical care also allows people who are poor to get better medical care. Meaning that when rich people pay more for medical care, where do you think that money goes? It goes into the medical system and is then reinvested in drug development.
No, Ben.
And reinvested in medical innovation. So the answer is agree.
The question is about whether certain people should have better medical care because they're richer, and that poor people should be allowed to like die on the streets.
But again, like, you can tell who wrote these questions. I mean, these questions...
You're not engaging, Ben. Trailer complains gameplay featuring graphic language. I don't care.
Are obviously written by people who are very much of the political left. Government should penalize...
Yeah, no, Ben. This is very obviously written by people who are political left. You know how I know? They actually understand politics and political science. Dog, you should know this.
Penalize businesses that mislead the public. Agree, but it depends on what you mean by mislead the public. Obviously, you don't actually have to have the government penalize those businesses. That's fraud. I mean, if they defraud somebody, you can have a tort suit on that basis. A genuine...
That's the government penalizing them, Ben. Fraud is a crime, Ben. Maybe he's... like... Even if he's trying to make the argument that like people get sued over, like businesses could get sued for misleading rather than like being held criminally liable, that's true too, but that's still the government holding them accountable. That's still the government penalizing the businesses because it's the government that made it because it's the government that made it illegal in the first place, therefore giving those people grounds to sue the business. Man, he is like not a smart guy. I can see why like he stopped being an attorney and just got into this instead. This probably pays better and he doesn't have to think.
The free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. I'm going to say disagree only in the sense that a natural monopoly is nearly impossible. It is very difficult to establish a natural monopoly. The typical way that monopolies are generated is because governments have approved them, is because governments have sponsored the monopolies. The freer the market,
That's not true. A full monopoly... Okay, in a way he's right. A full monopoly is very hard to actually happen. But... functionally speaking, that doesn't really matter because... Okay, let's start that again. A full monopoly everywhere is really hard to see, really hard to actually happen. But functionally speaking, that doesn't really matter because in a certain region, in a certain city, there is like a monopoly. Like internet service providers. In a lot of cities, there's like only one internet service provider. So functionally speaking, within that region, it's a monopoly. Now, that one internet service provider, like Cox, doesn't own all the internet in the United States. It's not a monopoly like that, but in certain areas, it is a monopoly. Oh, they have government backing. No, it's just the free market doesn't always fucking work. Just sometimes in some businesses, sometimes some industries, some businesses, competition doesn't really happen.
These are generated is because governments have approved them, is because governments have sponsored the monopolies.
No, the reason why it happened... Okay, the closest way you can argue this is like the only reason why monopolies do exist. Try that again, I'm losing my mind. The closest way I would agree with that is, yeah, the only reason monopolies exist are because governments haven't broken them up yet. I'm coming for you, Nestle.
The freer the market, the freer the people. Strongly agree. Okay.
Doesn't follow up, just meaningless platitude.
Next page. Abortion when the woman's...
$50K a year is still really well paid. It's more than I ever made. Hey, I rhymed. Why do they argue against the question? I think that's just conservatives at this point.
Life is not threatened. It should always be illegal. Strongly agree. All authority...
That doesn't follow up. Yeah, Ben.
Should be questioned.
Yeah, Ben. You're definitely not like the middle school Republican, young Republican Ben.
Threatened should always
be
illegal. Strongly agree.
Oh my God.
All authority should be questioned. Agree. I mean, I think that we should always ask the basis for the authority. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. What?
Ask the basis for authority?
For the authority.
Okay, now I can agree with that.
An eye for an eye and a...
Sometimes, because sometimes some authority is like, yeah, no, you have a point. Like, you're clearly the guy in charge who knows more about this subject than I do. I'm gonna, I'd like to see your credentials first. Oh shit, he really does have credentials. Okay, tell me what you need. I got you, man.
A tooth for a tooth. What? One of the great misnomers in all of biblical history is the notion that an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth is meant to be taken literally. There's entire swaths of the Talmud dedicated to discussing the fact that this is meant in terms of monetary pricing, that the cost of an eye should be repaid by compensatory damages. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, disagree.
Well, Ben, sounds like you actually understood the question there. Like, hey, good job.
Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
How did he get into Harvard? Was he born into money? Oh, yeah. Yeah. His family is like Hollywood people. I'm not joking. Hold on. Ben Shapiro, early life. Shapiro was born in Los Angeles, California, to a conservative Jewish family. Blah, blah, blah. Developed a talent for violin at a young age, having performed at Israel Bond's banquet. His parents both worked in Hollywood. His mother was an executive of a TV company, and his father worked as a composer. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna get from here, but yeah. Yeah, he is related to Mara Wilson. They're cousins though. They don't have the same parents. So different parents, you know? Oh.
Agree. By the way, that doesn't mean you can't have a nonprofit. Most do disagree. Taxpayers.
Ben Shapiro's so predictable at this point. He's practically an NPC. Yeah, he does sound like an NPC, yeah.
Should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Agree. By the way, that doesn't mean you can't have a nonprofit. Most museums are run on a nonprofit basis.
Wasn't the question, Ben.
Schools should not make a class.
All right. He's gonna. We've said this a few times before. He's gonna take a hard stance against abstract art. I can feel it coming.
From attendance, compulsory. Agree, but they should make it that parents are truant if they do not pass certain educational standards for their children for the welfare of kids. But suggesting that we're going to force you to send your kid to a public school as opposed to homeschooling, that's why the question is a little bit vague. Like, what kind of classroom attendance? Are we talking homeschooling or are we talking public schooling? All people have their rights, but it is better for all
I'm
of us
objective
that
to
different
that.
sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Again, the way this is phrased is so ridiculous. Well, what does that mean? Different sorts of people should keep to their own kind?
Oh,
Like, I think
come
that
on.
People
Oh, come on. It's obvious what it means.
should marry people who have similar values, but I don't know if they...
It's obvious it's about race. Come on.
If by kind they mean ethnicity or race, in which case completely disagree. So it completely depends on what they mean by the question. There's inherent vagary to these questions. And I understand that these questions are designed to elicit responses that are quote-unquote racist, so they can label you conservative for being racist. I understand that's what they're doing here.
They would label you conservative for being racist. What? Oh, you got it, Beth. You got it.
But the questions are deliberately written in vague fashion to elicit those responses. So knowing what they want, I'm going to go strongly disagree. Good parents sometimes...
Good answer, though.
...have to spank their children. I generally disagree with that. I'm not in favor of spanking, and I don't spank my kids. It's natural for children...
I would have liked him to explain that more, but good answer.
...to keep some secrets from their parents. I mean, I agree that it is natural. It is also wrong as a general matter. So I don't know what they're going for there. I'll say agree on whether it's natural, but I like that the survey immediately seems to identify natural with morally correct, which of course is silly.
There's nothing in that question about morally correct. What?
Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Agree? The prime function of schooling should
Hey, we got him.
should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Strongly agree. I think moral education is generally the preserve of the parents.
Okay, moral education for parents. Okay. To find jobs, huh? Gotta go to work. You gotta get back in the coal mines, bucko.
I think moral education is generally the preserve of the parents. People with serious inheritable disability should not be allowed to reproduce. Strongly disagree. I don't know what we're calling it the Woodrow Wilson eugenicist there. The most important thing for children...
I had to... Woodrow Wilson. Okay, dude. Man. He really is like a fucking middle schooler.
To learn.
Like, he still is. Are we certain he's not like two middle schoolers in a trench coat?
Is to accept discipline. Obviously disagree. It's an important thing for kids to accept discipline because they don't know things because they're kids. It is not the most important thing for children. The most important thing for children is to be taken seriously and develop actual rational modes of thought. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. Well, again, the way this is phrased is ridiculous. By saying peoples, what they are now implying is that if you say that there is an uncivilized culture, that you are labeling a people, meaning an ethnicity or a race. So the very phraseology of the question is asinine. But
the very phraseology of your answer is asinine, actually. The very phraseology of Ben Shapiro is asinine. You can tell because his initials are BS. Where does bullshit come from? That's right. The S. The equine, which sounds like asinine.
But if we rephrase the question, this is the question.
That was so bad.
I'll answer, so now it's clear. There are no savage and civilized cultures. There are only different cultures. Strongly disagree. Obviously, that's not true. There are some cultures that suck. And if you don't believe me, check out the Taliban. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support.
Middle East is fucked up because of geopolitics, not Taliban, but okay, dude.
Check out the Taliban. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. Strongly agree. When you are troubled, it's better...
That's, yeah. I don't know what is up with conservatives, like, wanting to force people to work. I've heard it, I don't know, I've heard it described that, like, modern day, like, work... where people are like expected to work is kind of an extension of slavery in a few ways, like a wage slavery. And I don't know, like I'm not a huge on saying that, but like, the way I see how conservatives like are just so expectant of people. You have to work. You have to give your labor and time and body away to some giant company. Like, I don't know. There's an argument to it. I'm beginning to see it a lot more the more I hear them make these arguments.
Not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. Generally agree it's better. I mean, wallowing in things is not usually a great solution. First.
Oh, really? When you're troubled, I'm a little surprised you'd say that. All right. Okay, I'll add. When you're troubled, you should think about it. Keep busy with more cheerful things? No. Sometimes you need to confront your troubles. Like, you need to confront them head on. Otherwise, sometimes they're not going to go away. They're not going to stop. The question here doesn't say anything about wallowing. It says better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. No, you're just distracting yourself. Eventually, your problems are going to have to be dealt with in some way. You need to develop the skills to confront them and overcome them, in whatever method that may be. It doesn't necessarily mean, go punch a guy in the face, but sometimes you need to do something to fix your problems. And just focusing on cheerful things isn't going to fix it. Your room needs to get cleaned. Go clean your room. Don't sit there and play Call of Duty like 12 hours a day. All right, let's go.
Generally agree it's better. I mean, wallowing in things is not usually a great solution. First-generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. Disagree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. Disagree, because many successful corporations are looking for government handouts or bailouts. No.
That's where he goes. Government handouts or bailouts. Okay, what about like air pollution? What about disregarding human life? What about slavery? No? Okay. We're going to go straight to government handouts. All right.
The broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Strongly agree. Our civil liberties are being
yeah, all right.
excessively
Good
curbed
enough.
in the name of counterterrorism. In the United States,
You had to think about it?
I'm going to go slightly disagree, but I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm like between agree and disagree, honestly.
Oh, he doesn't care about the NSA? Doesn't care about mass surveillance state? Doesn't care about massive invasions of privacy?
A significant advantage of a one-party state is
Doesn't care about the Patriot Act?
that it avoids all
All
the
right,
arguments that
Ben.
delay progress in a democratic
Maybe he likes that stuff. Jeez.
political system. Strongly disagree. One-party states are garbage. Although the electronic age makes
True, they
official
are.
surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Disagree.
Isn't that...
The death penalty...
Doesn't say anything? Isn't that kind of contradictory to what you said earlier? He went to Harvard, apparently. Allegedly. He went there. Oh, he went there? He went to... Did he go to the food court? Like, he went to Harvard and he's like, yeah, I went to the Harvard food court. I never went to any classes.
should be an option for the most serious crimes. Strongly agree. In a civilized society, one must...
Oh, wow. Just skipped over death penalty there, huh?
The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. Strongly agree.
Yeah. He talks about he doesn't want the government to have power, doesn't want tyrannical government, and then here he is like, oh no, the government should institute death penalty. Straight up fucking murder people.
In a civilized
like this you don't you don't actually care, dude. You just want power in the right way for you.
Society, one must
You just want power in a particular way for you. Yeah,
always
whatever.
have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Strongly disagree. Abstract art that doesn't represent any...
They didn't explain that though. Okay. I feel like Jordan Peterson would say yes to that.
anything shouldn't be considered...
Here we go.
...commanded. Strongly disagree. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Agree. I mean, like, if you give me a blank canvas and tell me that it's art, you're an idiot. In criminal justice...
But it is art. Ben, it represents the potential of what you can be. Oh, you didn't expect that, did you? Oh, or it's a polar bear eating a marshmallow in a snowstorm.
Says punishment should be more important than rehabilitation.
You just touch up your nail polish, now you're going to use the bathroom? What are you doing?
Idiot. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation.
Why is he laughing?
Agree. Although there is a third purpose to criminal justice.
Really?
Not punishment and not rehabilitation. It's also keeping criminals off the streets.
Okay, no, there is a point to that. Depends. Obviously, our criminal justice system is so fucked that this is not what's going on here. But there are some people that are like, well, you know, this guy, like, cut someone's head off and started eating his liver. Maybe this guy shouldn't be, like, out in public. Like, people like that are like, yeah, okay. Maybe you shouldn't be out here. But then a lot of it is like, oh, this guy got caught with, you know, he had 2 bags of Coke in his back pocket. Like, no. He's not a danger. We don't need to punish him. Come on.
It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some.
And that's like a majority of people in prison in the United States. The land of the free, whoever told you that is your enemy.
Criminals. Strongly agree. Obviously, there are recidivism rates that are extremely high. The business person and manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Disagree. Many times the writer and the artist are the font of ideas, but, you know, the market decides all of that. I'm not going to decide who's more important and who's less important, and anybody who tries to on one end or the other end is doing the wrong thing.
The market decides all that. So... Does that mean, like, the free market decided that Karl Marx was like, right then? Was more important? Or... I don't know.
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Notice they don't ask the question about fathers, by the way. They only ask the question about mothers. I'm going to say agree, but only because I think that if there were a question that said fathers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers, I would also say agree. Meaning that my first duty is to be a father and to be a husband. Okay, my second duty is to have a job in support of that. So I'm only...
It's pretty clear it's talking about traditional gender roles, Ben. What the fuck are you going on about? Do these... I swear, sometimes it feels like these guys are, like, intentionally obtuse and they don't want to understand, like, gender at all.
I'm only going to say agree because I hold the exact same thing for men. I understand, again, these questions are designed to elicit the notion that if you're in favor of women who have children putting their children first, it's because you're a sexist. But as I say, if the...
No, you can do that. The question is whether that should be your primary duty as a woman, whether that should be woman's first duty. Which the answer is like no, it shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't have to be forced into that. It's not whether you want to do it. If you want to do it, it's fine. It's whether, like, we as a society should make people do it.
If the question were about fathers, I would give exactly the same answer. Multinational companies are unethical.
Yeah, I'm sure you would, Ben.
Ethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Oh, GMOs? No, disagree. Making peace with the establishment is an...
So he knew what it was, and he didn't follow through. Beautiful. Beautiful logic, Ben.
Important aspect of maturity. Disagree. Depends what the establishment is. Okay, this is about religion.
That's a good answer, though.
Yes, astrology accurately explains many things. Strongly disagree.
Base Ben. I love it. I agree. We can end it there. Yep, that's it. He's right. That's what we came for. Okay.
You cannot be moral without being religious. Disagree. I don't think you can build a fully moral system based on objective morality on pure subjectivism, but you can certainly be moral without being religious. Charity is better than social security.
You know what? That's close enough. I will accept it. I'll take what I can get from Ben, right? Yeah.
Means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Agree? Some people are naturally unlucky.
He hovered over strongly agree, but he thought about it. And he's like, well, some people are on Social Security. Some of the people who watch me are. I don't want to, like, shut them down because then they might stop paying for the subscriptions on the website.
I don't know what that means. I mean, obviously, some people are born with certain disadvantages, so obviously that's true. If you mean, do I think that there are certain people who are just destined to walk into manhole covers, and then no. Do I think everybody is born with an equal level of privilege and luckiness? No, so I guess I'll say I agree. It is important that my child's school...
Fair. Luck, I don't know. Luck is like a weird thing.
instills religious values. Strongly agree. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral.
Yikes. Important, my child's school instills religious values. He just said strongly agree. Okay, good job, Ben. Kids are gonna pray to the Mecca now. Oh, you don't like it when it's that kind of religious values, is it?
That my child's school instills religious values. Strongly agree. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. Strongly agree. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving...
He doesn't explain that? Strong. Is Ben really one of those fucking nerds who went his whole life didn't have sex outside marriage? Are you serious?
Relationship.
He would be. Like, he would be, you know? Like, what a fucking loser, dude.
Not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. So the answer is agree, but it depends on the alternative. I have a sort of hierarchy in terms of adoption.
Yeah, he would.
If you're talking about a stable...
This is one of Umberto Eco's things, the strict adherence to hierarchy.
Loving heterosexual couple versus a stable, loving same-sex couple. I'll take the heterosexual couple because I don't think that mothers and fathers play the same role. If you're talking about a stable, loving same-sex couple versus an orphanage where kids are being ignored, then obviously I think that same-sex couples should be able to adopt. Pornography depicting...
Good enough, we'll take it.
...consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. It depends who is doing the regulation. So my general answer is disagree. I don't think...
Oh, okay. Fuck. He's canceled. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him out. Get him out. Bye-bye, Ben. Your life is over now.
I think that it should be legal, but I think that it's very difficult to draw regulation that is not too heavy-handed in this area. I don't think you have a right to pornography, though. I don't think there's an inherent right to pornography. What goes on...
Ben... Yeah, you heard it here first. Ben Shapiro's coming for your hentai. Are you gonna let that man take your hentai? Are you? Are you gonna let this flop of a man take your hentai? No. You're gonna stand strong and you're gonna fight him.
In a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of...
Yes, don't tread on me!
...the state. Strongly agree. No one can feel naturally homosexual.
Hey, good.
Strongly disagree.
Just
and
answered.
Again, all these questions are designed to elicit particular responses. So the idea is that if you're religious and if you're conservative, then watch, it's going to list me as a libertarian. You'll say you can believe.
Will it?
That homosexual activity is sinful on a biblical or religious level, and still believe that people have natural desires to do things that are biblically sinful. I mean that happens all the time. These days, openness about...
The question wasn't about sin. It was just about how you naturally feel.
About sex has gone too far. Strongly agree, and if you disagree, it's because I'm not sure you're a sentient human. The only question...
Hey, maybe, I don't know, Ben. Maybe it's just because we disagree, because you can't get your wife's... You can't get your wife's pussy wet, Ben. I understand. And the two of us... And the two, listen, hey, I understand what it's like, okay? Look, I don't understand, but like, I can sympathize, you know? You've been married, you had some kids, you just don't look at each other the same way anymore. It's okay, Ben. I'm here to help. This is a bad bit. I'm gonna stop.
Here that I'm kind of torn on is the pornography question, and that's only because it's a question of gradation. I'm really wavering between disagree and agree on the legality for the adult population, because again, is it harming third parties? Generally, no. I guess I'll say agree. It should be legal for the adult population. I don't know. I'm really really torn on this. On a moral level, obviously, I think pornography is one of the great evils in our society. On a legal level, do I think that the government has the
What a fucking dork, dude. Oh my god.
capacity to regulate it? If you're talking federally, no. Locally, yes. But I think that's true of a lot of things. So they don't actually...
Do you want to cause, like, widespread uprisings in the United States? Like, of all the laws you could pass, that would, like... What would be one of the most destructive things you could pass that would cause people to riot in the streets? Banning pornography is probably one of them. You're gonna have a lot of people mad at that.
Make clear where the illegality
Yes, John Doyle moment
is coming from. All right, let's see where I stand. It says that I am right libertarian, right, which is true. It says that I'm 6.13 on the economic right, and on the libertarian versus authoritarian score, I am slightly more libertarian. I'm negative 0.72 on that score. So that would put me closer to like Milton Friedman territory. The scale itself is really stupid. The reason the scale itself is really stupid is because I'm looking at the examples that they give. They put Hitler and Thatcher in the same category. They say that they are authoritarian right. Adolf Hitler and Margaret Thatcher, which makes no sense and is...
No, it does make sense, Ben. Why do you think they did that, Ben? Why would they do that, Ben?
Is full-scale idiotic. They have Stalin in the left authoritarian category, and they have Hitler in the right authoritarian category, and Thatcher in the right authoritarian category. Like, this whole scale is off. I mean, I went through the questions. You can see that all the questions are designed to elicit particular responses. I just don't think that this is a...
Yeah, the whole thing is off. You can see this. The questions were designed to elicit particular responses. Yeah, it's asking about your political opinions, Ben. What else would it be doing, Ben?
Particularly accurate score. I think the outcome of where I am on the scale is fairly accurate. Although I would say that I'm kind of shocked that they...
Kind of shocked I'm not closer to Margaret Thatcher. Now there's some honey with some bunny, if you know what I mean. That was not a good Ben Shapiro impression.
As more libertarian, like based on what would be the question. But
I am so fucking worn out, guys.
There you have it. I've gone through this thing at great length with you, and hope you enjoyed.
And we all feel the worse for it. And absolutely nothing of value. Shush. Absolutely nothing of value was gained. Good night. Ben Shapiro put a chloroform towel in your mouth. What should you do? Just breathe deeply and cry. That's what I do normally. I don't have an answer. Okay. I think that's all I really wanted to cover today. How far are we in? 3.5 hours? Okay. Okay. Not bad. Alright, what have I missed here? I don't like pornography. I have reservation about aspects of pornography industry and culture, but like, well, yeah, that's all fine. But like the idea of like just straight up banning it is like horrifyingly dystopian to me, and not something I could ever agree with. Because then it's like, well, what is pornography? Now you have to define that. And it's like, okay, that's not a good rabbit hole. Also, my back. I'm not gonna do Freedom Tunes. I'm sorry. Not today. I'm winding the stream down right now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm also going to... Oh, yeah. So, on one of the next streams I do, maybe this weekend, we'll see. What are the next PragerU video? The next PragerU video, when you go by the most viewed videos, is Jordan Peterson. I've mentioned this for a few weeks now. Whoops, haven't gotten to it. We're gonna do that, and there was that weird, oh my god, that weird conservative thing with the puppets. That weird meth head lady with the puppets. We're gonna do that some more. I don't remember where I put the video. Might be here. I'm not immediately seeing it, but I'm falling asleep. Adventures in Snortling's Hollow. That's what it was called. Yeah, more Mimsy. I need to upload the old one that I recorded. I don't know. I don't see where I put it in my folder here, but that's okay. I got it somewhere. I'll look at it after I've taken a nap. I need to upload that. I have a thing to do with it. It'll be funny. I need to upload that, and then we'll do another video on her. So, okay, so that Jordan Peterson one and her, we'll do that maybe this weekend. We'll see. Anything else I wanted to do before I go? I don't think so. I'm not gonna do Black Mesa. Sorry, I'm too sleepy. Next stream, I promise. Okay. Okay. We just got to the point. I just got to the point in Black Mesa where we crossed over into Zen, the alien world, and haven't done anything there. Haven't done anything there for 2-3 weeks now. That's okay. If I did more like regular streams like every day, you know, I'd be done by now. But I don't. Maybe I should. A lot of the big regular streamers stream multiple times a week. I should probably be doing that. Oh well. I've been busy with other stuff, man. Alright. Bye everyone. Take care. Compete with Vosh. I can't compete with Vosh. He also has an editor though. I don't. And I do all the editing myself. Thank you. But it is no big deal. Alright. Bye everyone. Take care of yourselves. See you in the next one. Won't be long. Probably won't be long.